Well, at last, the England fans respect the opposition national anthem. About time too. Well, for me, this is where it starts. Yeah, the group games are very important, and let's face it, most expected defeat by France, and most expected wins against Switzerland and Croatia. But this is the game that sorts out success from failure. And these are the lineups. England, goalkeeper James, defenders Neville, Terry, Campbell and Cole, midfield of Beckham, Gerrard, Lampard and Scholes, strikers Owen and Rooney. Rooney with 4 goals so far in Euro 2004. Portugal's team has only one change. Nuno Gomes in for the suspended and totally ineffectual Pauleta. Their goalkeeper is Ricardo. Their defenders are Miguel, Ricardo Carvalho, Andrade and Nuno Valente. A midfield of Castilla, Maniche, and then 3 ahead of them, Figo, Deco and Ronaldo, and the one out-and-out striker Nuno Gomes. The referee is a good one. Ersmeyer from Switzerland. England in their regular kit. White shirts with the red flash, navy shorts, white socks. Portugal in red shirts, green shorts and red socks. Ersmeyer just checks with both linesmen. The temperature is a little more than we'd have liked. It's in the mid-80s and humidity is up as well. But there can be no excuses. The pitch is perfect, the arena is superb, and the atmosphere is passionate. England against Portugal for a place in the semi-finals of Euro 2004. We're underway. England defending the goal to our left in the first half. And not only for the first time in the tournament did the England fans respect the opposition national anthem, for the first time they're outnumbered. And not really a surprise, Terry.
No, it's not. It's great occasion, great atmosphere. This is what it's all about. You're saying it's right. This is where the tournament starts. It does separate the men from the boys here. Any ambitions, they've got to get through it now.
Here's Rooney on to Owen. Owen is offside. The flag is quickly up. I mean, England wearing black armbands this evening in memory of the England fan who was stabbed to death here in Lisbon. There's a free kick to Portugal. Ricardo with a grey goalkeeping jersey outside of his shorts, and he's supposed to be a penalty expert, Ricardo. Heaven help us if he's employed later in the game. Remember, a silver goal or penalties if necessary will settle this quarter-final tie if scores are level at the end of 90 minutes. The ball is played down the right. Beckham ran into the defender Andrade, but it's headed away, and here's Ronaldo, and immediately Gary Neville gets in a good, or not Gary Neville, John Terry gets in a good aggressive challenge, and the ball's out of play. It's going to be a throw-in to Portugal. Nuno Valente, one of 5 Champions League winners from Porto in this Portuguese side. Here's Ronaldo, left for Deco, perhaps Chelsea bound Deco. To the left of the England penalty area, and he gets the cross in low. Simple clearance by Terry to Gerrard, and Gerrard hits it towards the halfway line. England quite deep there. Terry, are you expecting a fairly cautious approach over the first 15 minutes?
Yeah, they haven't really settled down yet, England, and past the ball it's been all Portugal. I think England just showing a few signs of nerves there, trying to get the ball down and playing. I think the Portuguese system is going to frustrate England, but already we saw early on Owen just offside from a pass from Rooney. He's playing on the last defender, is playing on the shoulder of the last defender. There is space behind that Portugal back 4.
Interestingly, Costinha is sticking pretty close to Wayne Rooney at the moment. Here's Sol Campbell for England to Gerrard, back to Campbell. England with the 1-11 out. There's only been the one change. That was, of course, when Lampard was injured for the first game. It's hit outfield now by David James. Oh, and it's run it forward. Oh, it's offside! Oh, it's scored! Oh, it's flicked it in brilliantly for the outside of his right foot. And England it up for the linesman to see if he was offside. He wasn't. Michael Owen ends the international drought, and after just 2 minutes, he puts England in front. It was a true striker's finish, wonderfully swept, dispatched past Ricardo. England 1, Portugal 0.
Well, is this scripted? I can't believe it. It was actually flicked on into Michael Owen's path by Costinha, trying to do a job on Rooney. He only flicked it past the 2 centre defenders. It was awkward for Michael Owen to take. He had to do a 360-degree turn and flick it with the outside of his right foot, which he did. It flew past Ricardo. Ricardo, no chance. And that's the goal we've all been waiting for. It's taken 4 games to get there. Michael Owen, fantastic finish. The one opportunity he's had in the game. I think it may have been his first touch in the match, and it's 1-0 England.
Well, it was instinct. He didn't have time to think about it. I think that was the great thing about it. Terry, earlier chances that it might have fallen his way in this tournament. He's had too much time to think about it, and he has lacked a little confidence. That was pure instinct. And the only doubt I have in my mind is that, as Mike Ingham reminds me, Paul Scholes scored early on in Eindhoven against Portugal. Similar time.
Yeah, well, you look at Croatia scored early against England as well, and that only inspired England to come back. Let's hope it doesn't inspire Portugal.
Deco looking for Nuno Gomez. Good header back by Gary Neville to David James. And Owen, by the way, has created a little bit of English history because he's become the first England international to score in 4 successive championship finals, whether it's a World Cup or a European Championship. Geoff Hurst had scored in 3. Owen makes it 4, and it's his 26th goal for England. Gerrard looking for Owen again. That's intercepted by Nuno Valente. And how will Portugal respond? Ronaldo comes forward. Gerrard gets there. Gerrard aggressively in and fairly wins the ball, putting it out of play. I'll bring in Graham Taylor in just a moment. But here's a throw in for Portugal, taken by Ronaldo, headed down by Figo, on by Maniche, and then Beckham's in there. Beckham gives it away though to his club colleague, Figo. Figo runs it out of play, and it's an England throw-in. Graham, can you hear me, Graham?
Hardly, I can just hear you saying
right, don't worry.
Okay. All I can say is that isn't that the fella that some people were saying should have been dropped, should not be in the side? It was always on. A tremendous finish by him.
Wonderful. That's what he's there for. So Scholes has scored and Owen scored, and Rooney's only hit 4 and Lampard 2. Here's Figo for Portugal, stung by that early blow, but Figo does well. Gets the cross into the penalty. Ronaldo's there. Ronaldo's right foot shot hits the defender, and James punches on the ball.
Yeah, it was a good cross from Figo. He managed to wriggle past Gary Neville, got the cross that went all the way across the 6-yard line. I think we went to Ronaldo. His first shot was blocked by Ashley Cole. It fell to him. He had to spin and hit it on the turn, and there was Campbell. There was Cole as well to go and block the shot. The ball going through to David James.
It's the second foul by Deco and Gerrard, and this time Ersmar allowed it to go unchecked, and now it's hit forward by Gary Neville towards Wayne Rooney, left of the Portuguese penalty area. Carvalho goes with him. Rooney is the ball. Rooney checks onto his left foot, and he gets the cross in. Didn't take a deflection, no it didn't. It's behind for a goal kick.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gerrard is very key. He's the one that's sitting on Deco. He's the one that's going to patrol in front of his back four whenever the wider players are getting the ball to either Lampard or it's Gerrard that's coming out to try and make it a 2v1 situation.
Look, Mike's reminding me of all the things I don't want to be reminded of. He's just said, of course, Owen did score to put us in front against Brazil in the World Cup quarter. Well, you just sit there and just don't even concentrate. You come on when you're in commentary. Honest to goodness, you don't want to hear anything like that, do you, Terry?
No, you certainly
don't.
don't.
It's supposed to be a help, you know.
Well, England won it up against France and won it up against Brazil and lost those matches, but you know, it's sometimes a goal when you score a goal very early on. Yes, it can settle you down, but can inspire the opposition. So England have got to just settle down now, make some passes, look for the long ball through to Owen, who's on the back, on the shoulder of the last two defenders. And I still don't rate this defensive pair at all. Owen and Rooney are running off them into space because the two fullbacks push on all the time.
St. Michael. The ball is with Scholes on the far side of the field. Doesn't he look sparky since he got the goal in the last game? It's coming right for England. Now, what about David Beckham? Come on, Beckham.
Well, he started off well. I think he started off well. He's having to do a more defensive job at the moment. It's still frenetic. It's still frantic in there. What happens is the Portuguese fullbacks are pushing down. Miguel's pushing down on the Scholes on the other side. Nuno Valente's pushing down onto Beckham, sometimes leaving space for Michael Owen in behind the fullback area.
Well, Castagna's following Rooney everywhere. Neville with a throw-in towards the goal scorer Michael Owen. Andrade aggressively in, but Owen holds him off. You see what a goal will do for you? Owen into Lampard and back to Gary Neville. There's no width down the England left, so it's staying on the right side. Beckham into Owen. Gerrard's available and in room. Gerrard comes forward, tries to squeeze it through to Rooney. It was blocked by Castagna, and then Lampard gets in a tackle, but it's run away by Miguel on the far side of the field. England leading 1-0. The goal from Michael Owen after 2.5 minutes, and you're listening to 5 Live on the BBC. The ball given away by Miguel, should have been cut out by Beckham. Taken up by Luis Figo, nearly 8 minutes played. Figo cuts in field, looks for Nuno Gomez. The battle back from Nuno Gomez was poor. Maniche shoots, dipping just over the crossbar, and I think James got a finger to it. It's behind for a corner.
Yeah, the ball just breaking to Maniche, I think it was, just outside the box, and decided to hit it first time. A swerving right footer just underneath the crossbar, and I think David James got the corner. I think so. It's a corner to Portugal.
Corner taken short, swung in towards the near post, goes a long way, scores it there. So is Ronaldo. Ronaldo falls over, going for a penalty not given by Ersmar. I told you he's a good referee. Ball's out of play on the far side of the field, and it will be a throw into England.
But that's a problem. The ball comes in on the corner, and I think it's who did that hit? I think it was Ashley Cole. Just seemed to bounce off his knees in the box. I think it was Sol Campbell that blocked the shot from Ronaldo, but it's frantic defending from England. England just got to be more authoritative when it comes to set pieces, and when it comes to defending, just get rid of the ball, get it out, be professional.
Cole with a throw in towards the halfway line. Miguel knocks it high into the air. Gerrard jumps, heads it into the centre circle. But here come Portugal again. It's with Nuno Valente, forward to Ronaldo down the near touchline. The Portuguese left, and he cuts in field. Then he checks again, flicks it wide to Nuno Valente. Now to Manish, midway inside England's half. The run by Deco. Manish shoots though instead, headed away by Terry, and Scholes has the ball. Scholes short of the halfway line, but there's quite a gap between midfield and attack at the moment for England. Scholes waiting for support, then caught in possession. Deco takes it up. Deco launches into Figo, into the penalty area, right side, low cross in there, stab goal was in wide of goal by Nuno Gomez. Corner, must have taken a deflection.
Well, Paul Scholes took an eternity in the middle of the park, didn't know where to play the ball. The cross coming in from Manish, and it came off. I think it came off Deco for a goal kick, with the referee's given a corner, this time the left-hand side, second one to Portugal.
England didn't really protest very much. Nearly 10 minutes gone. England lead 1-0. Goal from Michael Owen. Corner. Taken. Played in. Good punch by David James. That's the way you want to see the goalkeeper fist the ball away to safety. It went 50 yards and out of play for a throw-in.
Well, Figo came short. There was still 5 men in the box. The ball was arrowed in swinger right foot from the left-hand side. James came out, got a good fist to it. The ball went out for a throw, and that's what you want to see. Exactly right.
England just a little deep, Terry. It's worrying me. Is it because Portugal are pressing the back, or England are playing deep?
Well, we got a reaction from Portugal, didn't we? I mean, about 8 minutes ago, England scored. It has been a positive reaction from Portugal, forced a couple of corners.
Oh, Campbell put Cole into a bit of bother there, but Cole did well, finding his Arsenal colleague once more. And now forward to Michael Owen. And if Rooney's going to be marked, Owen will have room. Owen over the halfway line. And then, I don't know what he was thinking there, Michael, but his first touch was poor. And the ball is back with Nuno Valente. Into Figo. Well done, Frank Lampard, taking the ball off Figo. And then I think he thought the free kick was going to be awarded, but the ball squirts away to Owen. Owen in towards Rooney. Rooney edge of the penalty area. Blocked, free kick England. Come on, David Beckham.
Cavallaro blocking Rooney then. The ball luckily broke to Michael Owen on the right-hand side. He had one thought in his mind to play Rooney, his strike partner, dead centre of goal. Rooney's touch was to the left-hand side. Cavallaro came out and blocked him. He's protesting that he wasn't foul, or didn't foul Wayne Rooney, but it's Beckham territory. It's right of centre, about 24, 25 yards out.
Ricardo, beware. He's leaning against one of the uprights, trying to organise the Portuguese wall. Ersmar will try to make sure that it's back fully 10 yards. Luis Figo's just standing 4 or 5 yards away from his Real Madrid colleague. And Beckham is saying that the wall is not 10 yards back, and of course it's not 10 yards back.
Well, it can't be, because you gauge it by the cuts of the grass, don't you? The way the grass is cut about 6 yards, 6 metres. It's still not back 10 yards.
Well, actually, what happened there was that Beckham actually moved the ball back to give himself a little bit more room, and Nuno Valente had the nerve to complain. So it's a long time before this free kick is taken. Nearly 12 minutes gone. England a goal up through Michael Owen. It's Beckham territory. The wall is nowhere near 10 yards away. I doubt if it's 8 yards clear. Beckham's going to take the free kick anyway. Right-footed, swirling in, takes the deflection. Rooney's there. Rooney's shot blocked by the goalkeeper Ricardo, and behind for a corner.
Yeah, well played, Wayne Rooney. The ball, I mean, you're right, the wall was never 10 yards away, and in fact it encroached again. Beckham's shot was blocked, and it fell to Rooney, but it was really wide on the right hand side. Ricardo came out well to block it right on the goal line. Corner England.
I mean, there's no excuse for the referee not knowing that wasn't 10 yards. Beckham to take the corner from the right hand side. 5 white shirts to aim at inside the penalty area. It's played in deep. Lampard is there, so too is Campbell. Ball breaks to Michael Owen, left edge of the penalty area. He's tackled and beaten by Ronaldo. Ronaldo back to Castilla, and Castilla waves it upfield, but straight out of play, and it's a throw into England on the far side of the field.
You think the referee looks a bit like Richard Branson?
No.
No, well, I think he does.
All right. Trust you.
I think he referees like Richard Branson as well at times.
Now listen, just lay off him, you know. We don't want to antagonise him even from this distance. Scholes on the far side, well played. Scholes into Lampard. Lampard then rather loose with possession, and it's cleared away to Nuno Gomez. Back to Deco, and Deco hits the ball to the left hand side, brilliantly brought down by the right thigh of Manish, who's inside the centre circle now, stepping away from Rooney. Manish forward to Deco. Deco's getting a lot of room. Deco now has Ronaldo ahead of him, plays it behind the United youngster, and it's out of play for a throw-in.
Well, I think there's good coverage from the England midfield. They're forming a good screen in front of their back four. The back four look really up for it tonight. The only thing I would say is very difficult to build it from the back, and when England do get their wide midfield players and Scholes and Beckham on the ball, they've got to keep it better because that's the space on the flanks.
Well, no country has ever lost only one country has lost the first game in the European Championship and come back to win it. That was Holland in 1988. Well, both these countries lost their opening game, and obviously both of them have a clear chance in Euro 2004. England leading by 1-0. Ronaldo goes down, fouled by Ashley Cole, according to the linesman, who's only a couple of yards away. Now, set pieces, Terry. Set pieces. Yeah,
it's a free kick. It's never a free kick as well. He really died for that, did Ronaldo, but he's convinced the linesman, he's convinced the referee. This is their Achilles heel. They've got to defend this well.
It's a couple of yards in from the right corner flag. Deco takes it. It's swirled in. Out comes James, absolutely nowhere, and it's headed behind by John Terry for another corner.
Well, I don't mind that. It's virtually the same sort of free kick or corner situation. The free kick was about a yard inside. There's two balls on the pitch at the moment. But now it's a corner. Well played, John Terry gets his head to the ball. Be positive, clear your lines, and then deal with it after that.
Deco from the right. Once more, and he swirls it behind the goal. Thank you very much, Deco. That's great stuff. We'll take that.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
What a waste.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine Scolari down the sideline on the touchline has gone bananas because you're talking about England not particularly strong on set-piece defending. The last thing you want is your corner taker to put the ball behind for a goal kick. But it gives a chance for England to settle down a little bit, get their shape, get a bit of a breather, and then try and work their way up the pitch.
A quarter of an hour gone. Only 5 more quarters of an hour to go. It seems a long time. Beckham trying to find Rooney down the right side and hits it out of play. It's going to be a throw in to Portugal. Nuno Valente, the left back, to take it. Figo shows. Figo and Ronaldo switch flanks at the moment. Figo's down the left and Figo has the ball. Nuno Valente in support. Figo cutting in towards Gary Neville. Gets the cross in, but thank you very much. That's straight into the arms of David James.
There's still only one in the box, isn't there? When Figo crossed the ball, Beckham and Gary Neville did a good job, like we were talking about before. Pushed the wide player wide, so his cross came in, and there's only one Portuguese player in the box, and David James made an easy catch.
Terry, this is the third time I've seen Portugal in Euro 2004. They don't get players into the box. They, in the end, had lots of chances against Spain, but only because Spain were frantically searching for an equaliser. So let's see how they do when they're a goal down.
Oh, well played.
Well played, Ashley Cole. Tackling Ronaldo on the far side of the field. They've got to be tight on Ronaldo. Make him feel uncomfortable, physically uncomfortable. Manish with an excellent cross-field pass to the left side, and Nuno Valente just over the halfway line into Costinha now to Manish once more. Manish preferred to Petit in this Portuguese 11, much more attack-minded, and they may need him now. Good pass to the left once more to Nuno Valente moving forward, then he leaves it for Luis Figo, faced by David Beckham. Beckham gets a boot there as the cross was played, and Lampard plays it away to Beckham once more. Back to Lampard. Oh, careless from Frank Lampard. England conceding possession on occasion, as usual, too easily. Nuno Valente with a cross very deep. Ronaldo brings it down, right edge of the penalty area. Cole is watching. It's played back. Miguel with a shot, but that was not only over the crossbar, it was also well wide, and it's another goal kick to England.
There were still only 2 players in the box. It was a lovely, glorious pass from Figo on the left wing, right across to Ronaldo on the right-hand side. Ashley Cole closed him down well again. I think Ashley Cole's been told, threaten Ronaldo's first touch. For any long crossfield passes, threaten the first touch, so you don't allow him to get a run at you. But he laid it back to Miguel, who blazed over the bar from like 25 yards at a slight angle. So, I would think it's good defending from England so far.
Michael Owen has scored his 26th goal in an England shirt tonight. That's why England lead 1-0, and Michael Owen has moved into the top 10 of England goal scorers. Owen after the ball and keeping it in play, and he does very well. Gets it back. Rooney's there inside the penalty. Here we go. Reacts brilliantly. Beckham is there. Beckham, careful header forward. Cross in from Beckham. Takes a deflection. Loops over the crossbar. Corner. And that all came from Michael Owen.
Yeah, he's having an absolute blinder, Michael Owen, so far. He's chasing balls. There's lots of space behind this Portuguese defence. We said it before, and it's happening now.
Corner taken quickly. Beckham to Owen, just to the right of the penalty area. Back to Beckham. And Beckham crosses right-footed. Good header away. There are appeals by the Portuguese defenders that there was a foul by Rooney, not given. Another good ball by Beckham, finding Gerrard on the Scholes, in towards Owen. Owen's outside. Owen lifts it over the crossbar, just over the crossbar.
Well, the space was there again. It was a ball from Beckham on the right-hand side, going back towards his own goal. Played the ball to Gerrard. Gerrard played it first time to Scholes, who lifted it over the top of the Portuguese defence. Michael Owen was in, and if Michael Owen could have squared it, Wayne Rooney had a tap in, but Michael Owen was pressed. The defender came across pretty quickly, could only lift it just over the crossbar.
But you know something, Terry, I think that's a good sign.
Yep.
Because I think the Michael Owen of the last month or so might have been looking to lay it off, reluctant to take the responsibility himself. Now he feels that he can take that responsibility. He has scored tonight after 2.5 minutes, and here in the Estadio de Luz, England lead Portugal, the host, by a 1-0, and they're playing well now. Beckham back to Neville, and Neville drives it forward. Owen chases after it. Ricardo out to the edge of his penalty area, and Ricardo has the ball in both hands. And we played 19 frantic minutes.
Yeah, it's been frantic. It's been good from England's point of view. They've set the stall out very well.
Oh, what was Gary Neville thinking of?
I think he slipped there, just trying to head it forward, but slipped in the right back area. Has conceded a corner,
which Figo will take. And once more, I don't like this tactic. Every England player back defending. It's played short though to Deco. Deco dinks the cross towards the far post. Coutinho's there, but he can't guide the header back into the danger area. It's behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, he's just a bit uncertain about that, and I'm just a little bit worried that England haven't picked the players up. There's enough England bodies back there to pick up the Portuguese, who don't generally put a lot of men into the box, but Coutinho came round the back. Deco tried to dink the ball from left to right with a little diagonal and found Coutinho, but he couldn't guide his header back across the box. But that's 4 corners that England have conceded. It's been a bit sloppy on that occasion, but their defending, I would say, has been better on set pieces. But if they're going to concede a lot, then time may tell.
And they still lead 1-0. Owen heads the ball out to the right side. Graham Taylor coming on in a moment to give us his thoughts. Rooney crosses, and it hits Nuno Valente's left foot, and that's behind for an England corner.
There's a good pace to the game as well, and England, they 1-0 up. They haven't got to go and chase it. What you don't want to see is England drop deep like they did against France and against other teams as well when they have been 1-0 up. They've got to keep and pass the ball very well, which I think they're doing, and they're finding Owen in superlative form tonight, and they've also got the threat of Rooney, who's been close once or twice as well.
David Beckham to take the corner from the right-hand side. We've played 20.5 minutes. You're listening to 5 Live on the BBC. Sport on 5. Taken short to Gary Neville, edge of the penalty. Neville dinks it across. Campbell's there, heads it over the crossbar. That was a chance.
Yep, a bit of improvisation from England's point of view. They left 1-on-1 at the back. I think it was Deco against Ashley Cole. Very brave from England's point of view. Gary Neville came late. Beckham laid it into him. Took a touch, Gary Neville dinked it into the box. And there was Campbell coming in about 8 yards out. A free header virtually. Under pressure a little bit from a Portuguese defender, but he put his header over the bar. That was a good chance.
Graham?
Yeah, well, this is an end-to-end game. It's been like that for the first 20 minutes. Neither team has settled and dominated. The roles of Gerrard and Coutinho are very interesting because they're looking for the players in the hole. But I have to say, since his mistake, Coutinho has looked very unsettled.
Rooney's after the ball. Right side of the Portuguese penalty here, and then he played it off Andrade. And what's the complaint here? A foul by Rooney? Not sure about that at all, Graham. Anyway,
I don't know. Where does it say in the rule book that you get penalised for losing your boot?
Is that it? Oh, that's clearly breaking the law. If he lifted his boot and clattered it into the face of Andrade, well, I would understand.
What boots does Wayne Rooney wear? I think it's Nike boots. Perhaps Les Meyer's got to deal with Nike.
Okay.
Am I allowed to say that?
No. But you did it as usual. Ronaldo to Miguel. Scholes slips. Miguel up to the edge of the penalty area, cuts inside, and that wasn't that clever because he ran straight into Ashley Cole, who clears it to Michael Owen on the far side. Owen back to Cole, and Cole's clearance, not an effective one, collected by Deco. Deco to the right, and Miguel. First time cross by Miguel. Terry jumped, didn't connect with his head, and it's lifted away to safety by Gary Neville over the halfway line. We've played 22.5 minutes. Michael.
Rooney struggling. Wayne Rooney struggling.
Oh, he's sitting down now. Michael.
Well, I hope it's just that he can't get his boot back on again. But anyway, we'll just watch what happens at the moment. Rooney's sitting down and Gary Lewin is waiting to come on. So Wayne Rooney's got a problem. England have the ball, and they need to get David Beckham saying to Lampard, get the ball out of play so that Rooney can receive attention. Well, after all the headlines, let's hope this isn't an injury headline now around Wayne Rooney. He's back up on his feet again, and the referee Urs Meier is saying that he's going to have to leave the pitch to receive attention. It's his right leg and he's hobbling off, Terry. What do you think?
I don't know if that came when the challenge, when he lost his boot in the Portuguese penalty area where he was stood on. The Portuguese defender stood on his foot. I mean, he's obviously accidental when his boot came off, but he's just receiving treatment there. I wonder if it's a soreness to his foot that he just needs just a little bit of treatment.
Right, Sven-Göran Eriksson's showing a bit of concern, and he's just gone forward and spoken to Rooney and the physio. England at the moment down to 10 men. England leading by 1-0. You're listening to 5 Live. Michael Owen getting it inside the first 3 minutes. He told us in an interview yesterday that he thought he was getting better in the tournament, and inevitably he scored his first goal. But now there's concern about Wayne Rooney. He's off the pitch. Ronaldo's got the ball. Can Portugal take advantage here? Ronaldo turning around Ashley Cole, edge of the area, gives the ball back to Figo. Ronaldo's gone down following the challenge. Figo lays it forward, looking for Deco. Deco's going to try and pull this one back. Pulls it back, headed away well by John Terry. Rooney's going to come back into the game, and he'll get a great ovation from the England fans as soon as they see him back on the pitch. In the meantime, Lampard loses the ball over on the far side, takes a deflection. James has dropped it and then gets it second time round. It's a very open game, too open really from England's point of view. They're trying to attract the referee's attention now so that Rooney can come back into this quarter-final. Here comes Wayne Rooney. England with 11 men back on the field. He's not running well though, Wayne Rooney, and he's going to have to maybe leave this game. Here come Portugal. Luis Figo, edge of the penalty area, tackled by Scholes. Figo gets it back again. Drama surrounding Wayne Rooney. Rooney at the moment watching the ball in the area, headed wide by Portugal. Doesn't look good about Rooney here, Terry. Doesn't look good at all.
No, Nuno Gomes heading the ball wide there. Bit of a half chance for Portugal. Good cross by Nuno Valente on the left-hand side. Rooney's struggling. He's struggling. He's limping just about on the halfway line towards the centre circle. I think he signalled to the bench to say, "Well, hang on a minute. This is not right." And Sven-Göran Eriksson talking to Gary Loon, talking to the physios. Ray Clements is out there as well. I think they're just going to give him 5 minutes to see what he can do, if it's right or not.
So much of his game, of course, is about blistering pace, but at the moment he's virtually a passenger. And of course, thinking ahead, if England can get to the semi-final, that's in 6 days' time, but they will not want to take any risk now with the player of their tournament so far, Wayne Rooney. We may have to have Heskey or Vassell on soon for Rooney, who's just been given 2 or 3 minutes to see whether he can run off the injury. Darius Vassell will be the replacement, we think, in just a moment for Wayne Rooney. 4 goals in the last 2 games. Portugal have detailed a player to look after Wayne Rooney, but it looks like this quarter-final is only going to last 26 minutes. Rooney will be replaced by Darius Vassell of Aston Villa, but not yet. The 4th official's not, and I cannot understand why the change couldn't have been made then. How much of a disruption is this going to be for England, Terry?
He can't get him on yet because the 4th official is telling him to tuck his shirt in. Oh, are you sure? He's having a laugh, that 4th official.
Rooney can't even challenge for that long ball, and Portugal now in central midfield. Whistle's gone for handball. And now just tell us how much you think this is going to affect England. Rooney coming off to be replaced by Vassell.
Well, Michael Owen just gone over to get a drink as well. Might get some instructions from Steve McClaren. I think it's obviously a blow from England's point of view, but Vassell is a good sub to have to come on. Now, he normally comes on for 20 minutes, so about 15 minutes towards the end of the match. He's obviously a striker. He's done well in the Championship so far. He's done well for England in his England career. But he's, it's a challenge for him. It's a challenge for Michael Owen up front to forge a new partnership. It's not what England wanted, but they 1-0 up, and Vassell is a good man to come on.
Symbolically, of course, it's a big loss because everything has been revolving around Rooney. England have had so much confidence as a result of his form. Vassell tries to make a challenge on Carvalho. Carvalho clears. Nuno Gomes all on his own. Sol Campbell hits it back to David James. What do you think he's done, Wayne Rooney? What do you think the injury is?
Well, I think when his boot came off, I'm not too sure if the defender, Andrade, stood on his foot. He may have just done that, because it looked as though when the boot came off, obviously the referee pulled him back, but then he couldn't carry on after that, so he may have it may have been stood on.
England must get on with it. They must concentrate as Deco, the Portuguese danger man, looks to filter the ball through to Ronaldo. Ashley Cole doesn't clear, but then it comes back luckily to David James in the England goal away to our left. You're listening to 5 Live. England getting off to a fly here through Michael Owen, scoring inside the first 3 minutes. It's 26th international goal. He's now level with Brian Robson, 26 goals for England. Next in line with 27 is David Platt. England give the ball away a little easily. It's Figo now for Portugal, sidestepping Gary Neville. He's got Valente down this near side of the field. Figo going forward, lays it into Ronaldo. Ronaldo's shot and it's blocked by Sol Campbell. Owen is back inside his own half, and of course a feature of England's play with Rooney as Ronaldo goes forward now, and he's brought down on the edge of the area, precisely the sort of thing that England have got to avoid in these games against sides like Portugal with their set pieces. Of course, a feature of Rooney's play is he's been dropping deep and helping out the midfield players as well, and now Michael Owen is going to have to do that.
I'll tell you, what a dive that was. What an absolute dive that was on the edge of the box. He's a con man, Ronaldo, in that case, and he's conned the referee. He's given the free kick. Danger for England here.
Real danger. Luis Figo, who got Portugal back into the game against England 4 years ago, he's announced his retirement, of course, from international football. If Portugal don't win tonight, this will be his last game. Here he is in Lisbon, edge of the penalty area. David James is ready. England have conceded a free kick. Luis Figo over the bar. And a goal kick for England.
Well, I'm happy with that because the wall stood strong, stood tall. Figo came up to it and shaped, perhaps on the wrong side, if anything, for Figo. But the referee's got to be stronger when it comes to Ronaldo, because he pushed the ball past Ashley Cole and then just clattered into him. He knew he wasn't going to get the ball the other side. The referee gave the free kick. But there's a slight reversal in the roles now. Vassell is the one that's pushed further forward. I think Michael Owen is doing that Rooney role and just coming off.
Ball headed on by Vassell, looking for Michael Owen! Owen took it early, and Ricardo makes the save and produces a corner. Fantastic right footer there from Michael Owen, with real sting, and Ricardo concedes a corner kick.
It was a good save as well, Ricardo, the left-hand side. That was going just inside the post. Vassell flicked it on. Owen was the one that went for it the other side. Good save from Ricardo.
David Beckham replaces a couple of divots down by the corner flag near side the field, the England right. It's a corner kick to England. There's a short corner to Lampard. Lampard lifts it into the far post with too much pace. Terry might get that over on the far side by the corner flag, but all he's done is set it up for the fullback Miguel. Scholes now picks up the loose ball for England, far side the left. Turned back well by Campbell to Ashley Cole, who's been having an outstanding tournament. Scholes gives the ball away and now tries to recover it and then fouls the Portuguese player Figo in the process. England leading by 1-0. Free kick to Portugal. Here comes the danger man now from Portugal. Deco. Cross comes Gary Neville, and Steven Gerrard, who's playing very deep, clears long for England, looking for the pace of Darius Vassell. Vassell lets it bounce a couple of times, and Andrade, I thought, climbed all over him, but the free kick has been given, mystifyingly, to Portugal in the left-back position.
Unbelievable. I mean, like, Vassell just stood there, Andrade's all over him, and the referee gives the free kick against Vassell just for standing there. Diabolical.
In just 10 days, Wayne Rooney has become an icon here with England, but England are going to have to win this quarter-final now without him. We played half an hour of the game. Still an hour to go here in Lisbon, where Portugal haven't lost a game for 17 years. Portugal have the ball far side the field, laid forward, poor marking by England. Nuno Gomez unmarked on the edge of the area. Now Ronaldo, but it's taken away from him at the last minute by David Beckham. Beckham, all he can do is knock it straight back to Portugal, and England are being stretched at times. Andrade, the defender, onto Costinha, who's now not having to mark Wayne Rooney anymore. Figo in the centre circle. Portugal building slowly from the back, and again Deco has too much room in midfield. The ball breaks to Nuno Gomez. Back again to Figo. Figo lifts the ball forward, headed sideways by Deco, and cleared by Sol Campbell. England leading 1-0. The sellers come on for Rooney. England at the moment have just lost it a little bit in midfield. They haven't got a great control on the game at the moment, but Michael Owen, a fantastic effort just 2 or 3 minutes ago. Portugal building again left hand side. David Beckham's there in the right back position. Beckham down the line trying to play it into Vassell. Andrade's there, and Andrade clears. Now Nuno Valente, the left back. Costinha, all Porto there, because now Deco's got it and the crowd are urging him forward. Deco, the danger man, the Brazilian-born player, shoots wide. And here, after 32 minutes, is Graham Taylor.
What an open game this is, although in the last few minutes Portugal have certainly had much more possession and are looking dangerous. But what I'd like to say in the opening half hour, I don't think you could have asked for a better performance from a front man than Michael Owen. Not only has he scored the goals, but he's come short, he's looked wide behind the full-backs, he's worked hard when out of possession. He really has had an absolutely first-class opening half hour to this game.
Thank you, Graham. But Michael Owen's had to change his role now in this game to a certain extent. He's not able to play off the last defender anymore. Vassell's got that job with his pace. Owen's having to tuck in behind him, having lost Rooney in this game after 26 minutes. But England have the lead by 1-0. They were always likely to score in this game. The question mark was, of course, could they control midfield? Could they get it right at the back? Owen, very deep for him. On to Gerrard. Gerrard gives it away. Look, didn't really look to see where Vassell was. Scholes comes in with a sliding challenge, and Owen again is tucking in midfield to help out. Gary Neville slides it to Ashley Cole down the England left, and England now need a little bit of possession on the ball. Played forward long by Lampard. Cavallo's there, up against Darius Vassell. Vassell may get this. It's bouncing awkwardly for him. The Aston Villa man is there. Still Darius Vassell. In the end, Portugal get a clearance. Miguel up against Scholes. Scholes tigerishly comes in but can't get the ball. Portugal now setting up a counter-attack for them until Deco gives it away. Lampard's there, and now it's Steven Gerrard, and Gerrard turns, and Gerrard approaches the halfway line. Michael Owen to his right, Vassell to the left. It's a great ball to the fullback, Gary Neville. Now David Beckham chips it forward looking for Gary Neville. Gary Neville should get this by the corner flag. What's the cross like? In it goes. Flicked header from Michael Owen, and it's taken a deflection off the defender, and England responding well here. They have a corner over on the far side, the left.
Well, Michael Owen's like a magnet for the ball. Whenever the ball comes into the box, or whenever the ball's played forward, it goes straight to Michael Owen. And Graham's exactly right. He's leading this line by example, by work rate, by touch, by vision. He's having a fantastic match. And even then, Gary Neville going down the right-hand side, crossed the ball to the near post. Who was making the run? It was Michael Owen. Good glancing header. I think it hit Cavallaro, went over the bar for England's fifth corner.
And if England are to advance in this tournament, they must hope that Rooney has bruising only. Nothing broken with the foot. Here comes an in-swinging corner from David Beckham, and that's headed away and over comfortably wide by Darius Vassell. And it's going to be a goal kick for Ricardo. This is 5 Live, and England 10 minutes away from half-time, lead 1-0.
It's amazing that Vassell actually wins the header. It does come off the defender. It comes off Cavallaro, I think, or Valenti for a corner. The referee doesn't give it, but it's amazing that Vassell and Owen are winning headers in the box when they've got big centre-halves.
What a name he could make for himself tonight, Darius Vassell, having come on earlier than he would have anticipated for Wayne Rooney. He was always likely to play a part in the second half. Now Sol Campbell to John Terry, and Terry just smashes the ball rather aimlessly back into the Portugal half. England need better build-up than that from the back. It's Andrade, the former Porto player, now with Deportivo La Coruña in Spain. Costinha, the man, of course, who scored at Villa Park against England and also scored late on to deny Manchester United in the Champions League. Scholes, and he's lost out, and it's Deco now for Portugal, winning a corner kick. It's end-to-end. Portugal have a corner, far side the right, Figo to take it, and Cavallo and Andrade, the two centre-backs, both go forward, and these are more testing moments for David James and his defenders. Corner kick to Portugal, far side the right. In it goes, and it's headed away and wide, even wider than Vassell's effort. That was Costinha, and that's a goal kick to David James.
Yeah, but whilst it's worrying for Portugal that Vassell wins headers from corners, it's also worrying that Costinha wins headers from corners as well. And I think it was Terry and Lampard that were going towards the ball, and Costinha had the free header from about 10 yards, but never going to get it on target. But England have to defend better. It's one of those ones where you're not waiting for Portugal to score. England are going to try and get the ball and keep it, but it's difficult to build it up from the back because both England's fullbacks are plugged.
Now here come Portugal once more through Deco. Deco tackle from behind, and Steven Gerrard gets a yellow card. Referee Urs Meijer shows a yellow card to perhaps England's most important player, Steven Gerrard. That's his first of the tournament, but Gerrard now is on a yellow card in this game, and Portugal have a free kick at least 30 yards away from David James's goal. We have played 37 minutes of a very entertaining, perhaps too entertaining first half from Sven-Göran Eriksson's point of view. England in front in the first 3 minutes. They have lost Wayne Rooney through an injury. Vassell has come on. Deco, man of the match against Spain, man of the match in the Champions League final for Porto. He's got Manish to the right, and Deco now, hands on hips, prepares to lash this one towards David James' goal. It's dreadful. It's into the crowd for a goal kick.
Yeah, it was Figo that took the Van Nistelrooy role there, just in front of David James, about 4 or 5 yards offside, but came back on. But the free kick was never going to trouble David James. Miles over the bar, thankfully.
Well, now Gerrard, of course, has to be careful on a yellow card in this game, and England give it away again too simply. Deco's on the ball, looks for Miguel down the right-hand side. It's out of play. England must try and get to half-time here with this 1-0 lead. Both of these countries, of course, coached by an overseas coach. No team has ever won a European Championship with an overseas coach. Scolari of Portugal, Eriksson of England. And Eriksson's England are just in front here through Michael Owen's goal inside the first 3 minutes. Portugal have had good possession as Manish finds Figo. Figo with 2 or 3 England players around him. finds Miguel down the right-hand side, and that's a poor delivery from him, and England will hope for more of the same. Another goal kick for David James away to our left. We've got about 7 minutes left of the first half.
I'm not that concerned when the ball goes out to the wide players, because the fullbacks are doing an excellent job and midfield players are coming back to screen. Defenders are picking up well in the box. So I think from that point of view, England are doing very well. And remember, Scolari was the manager for Brazil. Brazil were 1-0 down, England were 1-0 up, courtesy of a Michael Owen goal in the quarter-finals of the World Cup. And a bit of magic from the Brazilians got themselves back into the game. At this moment in time, England are doing a good job defensively. They're not keeping the ball as well as Ericsson would like, I think.
Brazil got back into the game crucially just before half-time. Here's Michael Owen by the corner flag, near side of the field, winning a throw-in against Carvalho. It's a throw to England, and they're taking their time. Gary Neville showing his experience. Paul Scholes, Vassell and Owen are the three England players in the area. Gerrard and Lampard lurking. Gary Neville looks like he's going to try and find some distance with this throw-in. David Beckham at the moment's by the near post. 1-0 to England. In goes a throw-in towards Beckham, and it's well caught by Ricardo, and he clears quickly, and Terry is there before Nuno Gomez can threaten. Gerrard heads the ball back to Campbell, and Campbell looks for the back pass. James there, and that's a reasonable clearance by James. It goes a long way in the air. When it comes down, both players miss it. Vassell now up against Andrade, and ball played forward looking for Lampard. Across comes Carvalho, who's quick at the back, the Porto man, and Carvalho clears. Figo can't take it, and Terry will knock it sideways to Gary Neville, who again shows his experience, finding James to Scholes. Beautiful layoff from Scholes to Ashley Cole. Michael Owen trying to stay on side. Cole up against Costinha, but he's lost the ball to Miguel, and now he's out of position as Portugal come on the counter-attack. Here's the danger man Cristiano Ronaldo as Cole tries to get back. Deco to Ronaldo. Challenge comes in from Campbell. It was superb, and Gerrard now may get caught in possession. Beckham and Gerrard, game opening up once more. Gerrard goes past Carvalho. He's got Vassell to the right and Owen to the left. Still Gerrard to Beckham down the right. Owen's calling for it. Oh, but Beckham doesn't get the cross in. Appeal for handball against Andrade, and again the game opens up now as Portugal take the ball inside the England half, and it's with Deco, the little midfield man. Deco against Frank Lampard, and the referee has given the free kick against Lampard, and this one is even nearer now, the England goal, 25 yards out. Free kick to Portugal in the last 5 minutes of this first half.
This is more Figo territory on the left-hand side. This referee's having a nightmare. Lampard did ever so well. Deco pushed the ball. Lampard got his body in the way. The referee deemed it to be a foul. Diabolical decision once again, and you feel sometimes as well when it comes to that quarter-final in Shizuoka. There's a bit of Brazilian magic. This time it may be something from the referee.
England need to get a half-time in the lead. It's going to be Luis Figo with the free kick. It's a big high one, and James gets his hand to it as Miguel came racing in, and it'll be a corner down the far side, the right-hand side. Well, I suppose for the neutral, it's all action this quarter-final, but England will need to try and close the game down. They may need people like Hargreaves in the second half. They've been forced into one substitution already, bringing on Vassell for the injured Rooney. Corner kick to Portugal, well dealt with by Gary Neville. Portugal coming back once more with Maniche now, centre of the field. Vassell's there, good tackle from Vassell. England need to clear, they haven't cleared it. Back to Maniche shot, chance here, and it's straight at David James. Surely a handball as well by Portuguese player Meyer. Has he given the free kick?
Yes,
he has. That's one thing he's got.
At last he gave a free kick to England. The ball came in from Maniche. It was presented to Maniche back into the centre of midfield, about 25, 26 yards out. He shot, hit Ronaldo. If anything else, Ronaldo's, I'm not too sure if it was a handball or not, but it definitely made contact with his arm. The ball then squirting through to David James. Free kick for England.
No threat of Rooney anymore. Vassell's trying to take over the mantle, filled so effectively by Wayne Rooney in this tournament, and England must hope, if they get through, that the news isn't serious about the young Everton player. And now Lampard steps in as Figo is a bit sluggish, then he's brought down by Costinha. Now that has to be, surely, if the referee is going to be consistent, a yellow card. It was virtually the same kind of offence as Steven Gerrard's a few moments ago, but there's no yellow card for Costinha, and can you tell me why?
There's a shot. No, I can't see really. If anything, you'd say that Deco was bearing down more towards the England goal and was further forward, and he deemed it to be a far worthy of a yellow card. But there were other Portuguese players around Lampard, but that was a crunching tackle from Costinha.
2 minutes plus added time left in this first half as Beckham's wastes the free kick. He looked for Scholes over on the far side, but it was a very obvious one, and England have a throw in. And Ashley Cole is sticking to his guns over on the left-hand side, doing quite well against whenever it's Figo or Ronaldo, they're interchanging all the time.
Yeah, he's done very well, Ashley Cole. He's having a great game. And so are all the England back four. And the midfield, in fact, everybody's having a good game so far. It's a great, great team performance.
England taking their time. Then the ball is delivered, but not accurately enough to Vassell. Vassell now, the referee's whistle's going to go again. Vassell's been penalised. And Portugal, they cannot take the free kick from there. The referee now makes them go some 15 yards sideways. The kick is taken, and now it's Manish approaching the halfway line. Manish onto Nuno Gomez, fouled by John Terry. And they have to be more careful than that to England. They mustn't just present the Portuguese with these kicks. We've got about a minute and 15 seconds plus time to be added on as the ball's laid into the England area. Terry's header, it's a bit soft from Terry. Ronaldo on the edge of the area. Another free kick. Gary Neville has been shown a yellow card now by Erzmeyer. So Gary Neville and Steven Gerrard are on yellow cards for the rest of this tournament. And here's a free kick right on the edge of the area with 55 seconds left of this first half, plus time to be added on. And this is Portugal's opportunity to get back in the game right on half-time and to change the atmosphere in this stadium. Figo over the ball. Deco is not very far away. Erzmeyer marches the 10 yards, takes the England wall back. And Luis Figo and Deco, two of the great set-piece players in the world, prepare to get Portugal back into this quarter-final. This is dangerous for England. They've conceded yet another free kick on the edge of the area, and Figo hits it high, wide, and not handsome at all. And that's gone wide, and England are let off though, Terry.
Yeah, once again Ronaldo, he's just touched and goes down very easy on the edge of the box. They've had Portugal have had 2 or 3 really good free kicks in good positions, and I'll take you back to February when it was Pauletta that scored from a free kick in a very similar position against England to equalise Ledley King's opener. That's Pauletta, who was at a wretched tournament. He may have been the man that could have got Portugal back into the match. Unfortunately suspended.
It's a great scoreline, but it's not been a perfect half for England, losing the injured Rooney and picking up yellow cards for Gary Neville and Steven Gerrard. Ball played forward too hastily there by Lampard. Andrade's there. I haven't seen the fourth official, but we surely are now playing time added on as Gary Neville looks for Vassell. Vassell's won a free kick. Will there be time to take it? Have you seen the fourth official?
Well, I've seen him. He's just patrolling like a schoolmaster on the sidelines there. I don't think he's bothered to put a board up.
Free kick taken by England, headed away by Carvalho. We've just got news about Wayne Rooney, kicked on the foot apparently, and we must hope there's no bones broken and that it's just simply bruising that can be dealt with ice treatment and all sorts of stuff like that. Anyway, Rooney's off the game, out of the game. We're playing time added on here in Lisbon. England leading through Michael Owen's goal, and this might be Portugal's last chance to equalise before half-time. Ronaldo now down the right-hand side, Figo down the left. Erzmeyer, the referee, sends the players to the dressing room for half-time. And of course, this was the way that it was in England's opening game. England led France 1-0 at half-time through Frank Lampard's goal. Tonight they struck after only 3 minutes through Michael Owen. They lost Wayne Rooney halfway through the first half, having been kicked on the foot. They have picked up yellow cards to 2 of their very important players, Steven Gerrard and Gary Neville. But at least England have the lead, and apparently the last word on Rooney at the moment is no word at all. The Football Association don't know as yet how bad the Rooney injury is. So the half-time scoreline here, England 1, Portugal 0.
England need another goal. I don't think this game that is so open, I can't see Portugal not scoring. We'll see. No further changes. So Portugal's lineup is as follows. Ricardo is the goalkeeper. The defenders are Miguel, Carvalho, Andrade and Nuno Valente. A midfield of Costinha and Manish. They're the defensive ones ahead of them. Figo, Deco and Ronaldo. And the lone striker Nuno Gomez. England have had to make the one change, of course. Rooney off injured after 26 minutes. Vassell on. So it's James in goal. Defenders Neville, Terry, Campbell, Cole. Midfield Beckham, Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes. And the striker is now Owen, the goal scorer after less than 3 minutes. And Vassell, who will be furthest forward. I'd like to see a bit more from Beckham. But that's been true of the whole of Euro 2004 so far. Lampard flicks the ball to Ashley Cole. Cole beaten by the tackle from Miguel, and Deco has certainly been the danger man. Deco, he gets another soft free kick. So many soft free kicks being won by Deco. or at least awarded by Urs Meier, the referee. It's taken, and it's forward to Nuno Gomes, and Nuno Gomes to Figo on the far side, the Portuguese left, just to the left of England's penalty area. Checks onto his right foot, not once but twice, plays it back, shot is driven in straight into the arms of James. It was Manish who lashed it in.
Yeah, it was a good strike on the outside of his right foot, just in the inside left channel, comfortably saved by David James, but straight away you see that Deco has gone and played in the more advanced role, just going up alongside Nuno Gomes as well. I mean, Portugal have to try and push men forward to try and win it back, and hopefully that might leave a bit of space for Vassell and for Owen.
England in their white shirts attacking the goal to our left in this second half. Well played by Nuno Valente on the far side, and then it's back by Manish to his goalkeeper Ricardo. Tell me this, do goalkeepers escape this rule about tucking in their shirts then, Terry? Because the fourth official was incredibly pedantic when Vassell came on, and Ricardo has his shirt outside his shorts. Now it's Nuno Valente on the far side, the left back. You're listening to 5 Live in the BBC. England lead Portugal by 1-0 in the quarter-final of Euro 2004. It's back, and it's with Figo, and there's danger. Figo's shot, though, was well wide, and he's disappointed.
Yeah, I just see Gary Neville then talking to his two central midfield players to tuck across. You've got to get across. If the balls are going out wide, David Beckham goes out wide, then it's up to Gerrard to get out, and it's up to Lampard to slide across as well, and Scholes. That England midfielder's got to slide across and leave the least dangerous player, which is the opposite wide midfield player.
David James, who made one worrying fumble in the first half but got away with it, takes the goal kick. Here's Gerrard, can't control that header, and it's with Nuno Gomes, who finds Manish, and Manish looking to the right side, and Ronaldo. Cole comes short, good play by Ronaldo, into Deco, onto Ronaldo again. Ashley Cole, excellent tackle, though he has to put it behind for a corner.
He had to make the tackle because it was just about inside the box, and it was going to go right onto Ronaldo to put it into the box, and Ashley Cole got back in time. Good tackle, first corner of the second half of Portugal.
Deco to take it from the right hand side, and here it comes, the corner for Portugal, deep, and James punches it when he could easily have caught that. It was a good punch in the end. One bounce and it's out of play on the far side of the field. Might Eriksson sometime soon think of a defensive midfield player to look after Deco?
Yeah, he may have to, but we wouldn't take anybody off at the moment. The balance of the team is not bad, but England just camped in their own half. They can't get out at the moment.
England holding on to 1-0, and they think how much they held on to 1-0 in the opening game of their group against France, and then it all went wrong in stoppage time. The throw into Portugal on the far side, level with the edge of the England penalty area. It goes back to Manish, and Manish hits it into the centre circle, and Carvalho, there's not an England player within 15 yards of the halfway line. Now Miguel, the right back, and it's stabbed forward, and here is the dangerous Deco. Deco, though, that was a poor touch from him, and Cole hits it off the Brazilian stroke Portuguese. It's out of play for a throw into England. Cole to take it. We've only played 3.5 minutes. It's a long time to go. Good ball by Deco onto Ronaldo, but Ronaldo was slow to react, and it goes beyond him and behind for a goal kick. I mean, is it really 41 minutes to go?
I think we've been down this road quite a few times, and pretty recently as well, but even though they're defending pretty well, the danger is Deco. If he gets the ball in and around the edge of that box, if he's touching, he's down, and Portugal, they just got to get more men into the box if possible.
James takes the goal kick towards the right side. Beckham mistimes his jump. Here's Figo, the other number 7. Back to Manish. Figo again. They've had a lot of the ball in this second half, Portugal. Figo to the left side, and Nuno Valente. Nuno Gomes is the only Portuguese player looking in the edge of the penalty area. They see a lot of the ball in the middle of the England half. Have they got the penetration that will find them an equaliser? Costinha wide to Nuno Valente. Figo makes the break, and Lampard was slow to go with him. Figo gets the pass from Nuno Valente, wide to Nuno Valente again, who checks. Beckham is facing him deep inside the England half. Valente gets the cross in. James, he fumbles again. Goodness gracious, and it's behind for, well, maybe it's a free kick. No excuse at all.
Well, Valente actually crossed the ball right on the touchline. The ball was arrowing towards the near post. David James comes.
Terrible.
I think the ball actually might have just struck the post, and then David James' hand. It was one of those ones where David James couldn't go through the post. The post was in his way, dropped it, and the referee deemed that it was a foul on David James. I think it was Gomez that fouled him when he was going for the rebound. That was pretty scary.
I don't make many notes about players, but alongside David James' name, I've got mistake waiting to happen. England lead 1-0. Here's Andrade to Ricardo Carvalho. Carvalho right-footed ball upfield, driven deep, headed away, not cleverly away. Nuno Gomez collects, edge of the penalty here. Campbell retrieves his earlier mistake, clears it to Gerrard, and here's Lampard. Gerrard again. Gerrard and Gary Neville both booked in the first half. Gerrard a little hurried there, trying to find Vassell. Intercepted, and then Vassell wins it back. Gerrard on towards Michael Owen, headed away by Andrade once more. Castilla, and you just feel the pressure mounting again. What? 39 minutes to go. Nuno Valente in the fire. This watch has got to be wrong. Here's Manish left of the centre circle to Nuno Valente. Deco's down the left flank at the moment, and Nuno Valente cuts in field. He's midway inside the England half, and now it's to Deco. Gary Neville comes close. Deco moving to his right, finds Figo. Figo checks, and then he's well tackled by Lampard. Will the ball break hard enough towards Owen? It doesn't. It's well played by Miguel. And the Portuguese fans sense that the momentum is with their team, even though they trail England by a goal to nil. Scored by Michael Owen with less than 3 minutes played in the first of the quarterfinals in Euro 2004. Throw in to Portugal. Miguel takes it and plays it to Manish, and Manish whips the pass quickly to the far side, the left flank, and Nuno Valente. Technically, they're very good. Have they got the penetration? Figo comes forward again. A couple of step overs from him. We know where Ronaldo learned it from. Here's Ronaldo, edge of the penalty here. His shot blocked, well blocked by Ashley Cole, and that rebounds out of play on the halfway line.
Yeah, it's typical Portuguese play, isn't it? They have all the ball, they spread the play from left to right, about 9 or 10 passes, and then get to the edge of the box, and they don't get a shot. They don't get a shot on target. They don't get any real chances, but they have a lot of possession, which is worrying.
Graham Taylor is alongside me, the former England captain. Graham, I noticed that amongst the England substitutes limbering up on this touchline are Phil Neville and Owen Hargreaves. What are your thoughts?
It wouldn't surprise me to see either of them come on at all. I mean, Portugal are having so much of the possession at the present time that it is worrying, and that it probably, sooner or later, I think Sven-Göran Eriksson will have to probably consider making that change.
Lampard towards Cole down the left side. He's tackled, and I thought he was fouled by Ronaldo, but Ronaldo gets away with it, and then he plays it off Ashley Cole, and it's going to be a throw in to Portugal. I mean, Scholes isn't playing badly, but he doesn't afford a great deal of defensive support to Ashley Cole down this England left flank, Terry.
Well, he's sliding across well when the ball's across the other side. England are very, very good in terms of 2 banks of 4, stopping Portugal really getting into the box and making chances, but still giving Portugal a lot of possession.
Here's Nuno Gomez, who's supposed to be the furthest forward player for Portugal, and he wins a throw-in. An outrageous decision.
Well, the referee actually pointed to the linesman saying, I think it's for England, and the linesman went, no, I think it's for Portugal. So the referee says, okay, then it's for Portugal.
Why not then? 8.5 minutes gone in the second half. England 1, Portugal 0. Ricardo Carvalho to Andrade, and Andrade to Nuno Valente in the far side of the field. Back it goes to Andrade, and Andrade stabs it wickedly out of play. Thank you very much, we'll take that. Throw in on the halfway line to England. A little bit of the pace has gone out of the game.
Yeah, they've had a good sort of start to the second half of Portugal. A lot of possession, no chances apart from that sort of slip by David James at the near post, but they've had a lot of possession. It's been 9 minutes, and he said sometimes you think, well, they may just run out of steam.
Yeah, here's Michael Owen, right at the penalty. Michael Owen into the box, and then the defender did exceptionally well. That was Carvalho. He held off Michael Owen, didn't like Owen's protest, but play continues. It was well defended. And now here's Miguel. He's got him possession. Ashley Cole. Can he find Scholes? Can't quite find Scholes. Ball taken off him by Ronaldo. Just a half chance for Owen there, who had an absolutely fantastic first half. Now on the far side, Figo, the skipper, once more. The last of the golden generation. And his international career might finish here tonight in Lisbon if England win this game. Figo's not finished. Crosses into the penalty area, and thank goodness this time it was a clean catch by James.
Like I say, England are defending well. They're doubling up. Beckham and Gary Neville onto Figo. The cross coming in right on the goal line towards the near post. One person in the box for Portugal. Gomez, well marked by the 2 centre-halves. James took a comfortable catch.
10 minutes gone in the second half. The ball might break to Owen, and it does break to Owen. Good run by Lampard forward. Vassell's also inside the penalty area. Owen plays it to Lampard, and Lampard looking to lay it off towards Scholes, and that's a good tackle by Miguel. Ball breaks away. David Beckham very deep on the far side, and Beckham flicks it over Nuno Valente, and then that's overhit that pass from Beckham, and it's through to Ricardo.
And Michael Owen was in, wasn't he, in the inside right channel, and Beckham tried to play it through the middle to Vassell. Comfortable take by Ricardo.
Well, Graham Taylor rightly said the other day in the Croatian match, what you need are 8 or 9 players to play really well. David Beckham is yet to play, but he's won a free kick here. There was a foul, and it's a yellow card. Hooray! Costinha, a book. I only say hooray because I think the referee has been exceptionally lenient with the Portuguese players and not so with England.
Well, I can't believe Costinha goes up to Beckham and says, you dived there, but I would say to Costinha, you have a word with one or two of your players, particularly your forwards, particularly Deco and Ronaldo, and say, hang on a minute, I think it's pot calling the kettle black here on that situation.
I've got a crystal ball. Here's Phil Neville on for Scholes. I told you, it's too open, and Deco's being afforded too much room.
Well, he is, and it'd be interesting to see here what if Gerrard comes out to the left-hand side. Phil Neville, yes, Gerrard comes to the left-hand side. Phil Neville going alongside Frank Lampard in the heart of that England defence. England midfield, I should say, sorry.
It's too far out, this free kick, for a shot from David Beckham, you would think. 40 yards out, so he takes it short to Scholes. Back to Beckham. Gerrard's made the run into the left edge of the penalty area, and the ball is played by Beckham to Gerrard. Gerrard controls it. Hits it back to Ashley Cole. Well done, Cole. That was another foul challenge by Nuno Gomes. Cole continues, crosses into the penalty area, and Vassell jumped, but not before Ricardo had caught the ball.
It was a comfortable take, but Vassell gets up pretty quickly. I'm pleased that Gerrard, to be fair, is out to his left-hand side. We saw it against Switzerland when he went out here, when he scored from this position as well. But he's athletic, he's quick, and he gives England a sort of extra dimension down this left-hand side.
And
he helped Cole well, yeah.
Miguel hits it forward. Now, Cole and Ronaldo collided. The referee has decided it's a free kick to Portugal. And Scolari looked as if he wanted Ashley Cole booked.
Well, it was one of those ones. Ronaldo just plays it.
It was a foul.
He plays it inside, and then Cole's come to win the ball. Is committed. Ronaldo plays it on the move, tries to get the other side of Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole says, no, you're not. Pulls him down. Free kick.
12 minutes played in the second half. England 1, Portugal 0 here in the Estadio de Luz in Lisbon. And now Portugal have a corner after a tackle by Campbell on Figo. Figo, the skipper for Portugal, to take this corner from the right-hand side. And England have everybody back inside the penalty area again. There it goes. Didn't beat the first defender, who was David Beckham. Beckham's headed away. Deco was alert to the presence of Owen. Now he flicks it over Owen. And he tried to flick it into the penalty area. It's headed out of play by Phil Neville. Figo with a throw-in to Deco once more. Neville comes close. It's forward to Figo. Figo to Deco. First time cross into the penalty area. Towards the far post. Towards Castillo. Headed into Ronaldo. And Ronaldo heads it high and wide.
Well, in the first game against Greece, a corner came in from the far side. It was Ronaldo that got his head to the ball, but he's had 2 chances since that match. One against Spain when the ball came in from the left-hand side, which he put over the bar, and once then a header back across. It's a great header back across, and it was Ronaldo that got in front of Sol Campbell. It was a difficult chance in a way. He had to really sort of crane his neck right along the 6-yard line, right level with the near post, put it over the bar.
Each time he's played for the start or he's come on, Ronaldo has been a serious aerial threat to every other defence.
He's a big lad, isn't he? He's quite big, you know. He's like Perez. He's big, and once you get alongside him and see him against the other players, he's very tall.
England fans aware that the pressure is on, try to encourage the side. England leading by a goal to 0, and we've got we've played 59 minutes. Oh dear. It's hard work when it's this much pressure. Miguel back to Deco. Deco slips the ball to his left to Andrade up to the halfway line, and Nuno Valente. Overwhelmingly the game's being played in the England half. It's hit forward to Ronaldo, who's switch flanks with Figo, and then Ronaldo heads it behind for a goal kick, and has the nerve to complain.
Yeah, that was a definite goal kick. Well played, Gary Neville. It was one of those ones give and go where Ronaldo laid the ball back and then went for the ball over the top in the left wing area. Gary Neville actually headed the ball against Ronaldo. Ronaldo had the cheek to claim the corner.
Graham Taylor, to my right, Graham, the right move to bring on Phil Neville?
Well, I think it is, because I think they've got to try to stop Deco playing so they can get a foot into the game, because really in this half we've done so little for going forward. Having said that, we've defended well. We've restricted the opportunities that Portugal have, and that's very important that we continue to do that. But I think he's made a right decision.
Interesting, Samao will be coming on shortly for Portugal. Now I wonder, will that be for Ronaldo, or will it be another attacking threat for Portugal? It's hit forward towards Figo, who was fouling Campbell, but Campbell did well enough to find Cole. Here's Phil Neville, the brother Gary on the far side. Back to Phil. And Neville, the younger Neville, hits it towards the halfway line, where it's headed back by Nuno Valente and picked up by Nuno Gomez, who's dropped very deep. He gives it away. Ashley Cole slides it forward. Owen is there. Carvalho's with him. Owen holds the ball up very well. Well played, Michael Owen. He's having an exceptional game. Back to Phil Neville. Into Beckham inside the centre circle. Vassell peels away, but Beckham decides safety first. Just slip it to his right to Gary Neville. Back to Beckham. And then into the centre circle it goes once more. Good football from England. Campbell to Gerrard. And Gerrard, well, he hurried that pass forward to Owen. He could have just beat the defender and kept the ball. As it is, he conceded possession, but it's won back now by Terry. And Terry trying to squeeze it through to Owen, and again doesn't hit the pass firmly enough. Here's Figo down the right side. Who would somehow come on in your book for, Terry?
I think possibly Figo.
Figo? Well, that would be fascinating. Here is Figo, who's tackled by Lampard. And the ball breaks away to the far side, to the halfway line, and Deco being hustled by Vassell. Can only find the head of Beckham, who heads it out of play. And here is the change. Or is it? Not quite yet. Oh, you've got to tuck your shirt in. Yeah. Pull up your socks.
Pull up your socks, yeah.
Pull up your socks. Tuck your shirt in. Oh, he's not telling him to tuck his shirt in.
Brush your hair.
It only applies to England players, maybe. Here's Nuno Gomez. Good ball. Left from Manish. Taken up again by Nuno Gomez. The shot was feeble. Easily saved.
Yeah, comfortable save. It was a good tackle by Sol Campbell, I think, with the ball squirting out to Gomez. Edge of the box, left foot. Comfortable save for James right down the middle.
1-0 to do fine. But there's a long way to go. Here's Michael Owen. He's already scored one. Oh, goodness gracious. What's the referee give it a free kick for a foul by Vassell?
Nope.
Looked unlikely. Here's the change. And it's Costinha's coming off, Samao coming on. I mean, you've got to hand it to Scolari. He doesn't muck around with changes.
No, he doesn't.
The whole emphasis will change with this. He thinks about it. He really does, the Brazilian. He's a tough nut, as England remember from 2 years ago, taking Brazil to winning the World Cup. And as Mike was saying earlier, no foreign manager has won the European Championship for a country. Portugal trail England by a goal to nil. Now it's with Miguel with Samao inside the penalty. Miguel checking towards the box. Good tackle by Gerrard. Ball breaks to Figo. Figo swirls in the cross. Bounces inside the 6-yard box. And is it still in play? No. It's surely gone behind for a goal kick. It has. And Graham Ted, I want to bring you in again because he's a smart boy.
Yeah, he's taken his holding midfield player off, but he's put Manish back into that position there, although Manish is very capable of coming forward as well. I think they're two very interesting substitutions, but I honestly do believe that both of them are correct.
Absolutely. We've played 18 minutes since the start of the second half. There's just 5 live on the BBC. England lead Portugal 1-0 in the first of the 4 quarter-finals in Euro 2004. Here's Lampard. Lost possession to Lampard. Andrade to Nuno Valente. Back to the goalkeeper, Ricardo. And Ricardo lashes it upfield. Surely straight onto the head of Sol Campbell. Campbell heads it down but away from Gerrard. And here's Miguel. England fans singing in the background. Figo. Just on the edge of the centre circle, being hustled by Phil Neville, spins away from Phil Neville. Lampard's in there to win the ball. Then, Lampard wins it a second time, though he can't keep possession for England. Instead, he concedes a throw-in. 19 minutes played in the second half. Forgive me if I keep looking at the clock. I'm trying to rush it on, folks. Trying to do this for everybody's sake. 1-0 to England. Deco still looks the most dangerous player to me. Deco heading it towards Ronaldo. Cole jumps and intercepts with his left foot and cushions the volley out of play for another throw-in. Miguel to take it. About 20 yards inside the England half. Throws it to Figo. Figo's just now in the centre of that midfield, hoping to provoke a problem for England. Figo again. Not a good ball forward from the captain. Phil Neville finds Vassell. Vassell back to Gerrard, and Gerrard thought about David James, changed his mind, and now he hits it upfield towards Michael Owen. Owen well marked by Carvalho. And then it's Manish who hits it back to Carvalho and all the way back to the goalkeeper, Ricardo, and Ricardo swirls the clearance towards the halfway line. Gerrard jumps and seemed to use his hand there, but play continues. Ronaldo picks it up for Portugal. Back to Figo. Nuno Valente's down the far side. So too is Samao. And Nuno Gomez fell over there. Nuno Valente to Samao once more, the Benfica winger. Despite playing on the wing, he scored most goals this season for Benfica. And he takes up the ball again. And he shoots and it's wide. Thank heavens.
Yeah, wonderful play from Samao. He got the ball on the left-hand side, played it inside, and then went right across the line of the England's back four, picked it up Campbell closing on the edge of the box. David James didn't have any worries, about 2 yards wide of his left-hand post. Simau's gone to the left wing. Ronaldo's come across to the right wing. Still got Nuno Gomes through the middle, and it's Figo playing a more advanced role with Deco as well. And it's Manish that's sitting there.
James with a goal kick. Beckham goes down on the far side, right in front of the linesman. And the referee looks at the linesman, but it's not a free kick, it's only a throw-in to England. Scolari shouts instructions from the Portuguese dugout. Gary Neville throws it down the right flank, headed away by Andrade. And here's Simao, and Simao to Nuno Gomes. Good tackle by John Terry. Aggressive and fair. Hard. Out of play it goes. 24 minutes left for play here in Lisbon. England 1, Portugal 0. Michael Owen scored. It seemed an awful long while ago. That's a good ball forward to Owen. Owen finds Vassell. Now Gerrard and Owen running towards the penalty area. Vassell onto his left foot. Coles it in. Not going to reach Steven Gerrard. Not a great clearance by Miguel. Gerrard brings it down. Couple of yards outside the penalty area. Decides to take on Miguel on the outside, and then he plays it into the Benfica right back, knowing he's going to win a throw in. Good play, Steven Gerrard.
Well, that's generally been all Portugal in the second half. Waves after wave of attack on the England defence, but England just still have that threat with Owen and Vassell of one ball through, one bit of interplay between the two, and it could be a chance.
Portugal win the ball back, and Figo plays it forward, but that's too far ahead of Ronaldo. It's out of play. It's going to be a throw into England almost on the halfway line. Phil Neville was the second England substitute. Vassell had to come on in the first half because Rooney has a problem, I think, with his right ankle. It's possible that Andrade accidentally or otherwise stood on it, so Rooney had to be substituted. Here's Figo inside the centre circle. Good play by Luis Figo. Now Simao on the far side. Nuno Gomes looks over his right shoulder. Is there any support for him? Simao cuts in into Nuno Gomes with his back to goal, trying to slip it back. England should clear this. They do clear it. Ashley Cole hits it towards the halfway line. Andrade climbing all over Vassell, and the header reaches Miguel onto Ronaldo. Good tackle by Cole. Still the pressure on. Midway through the second half. See it through, Michael.
Well, I can't imagine what it must be like listening to this back home. I know how we're feeling the tension here in the commentary box. A quarter of the game to go. Most of the second half being played inside the England half. Here's Deco of Portugal, 25 yards out. Feeds Ronaldo near side the field. Portugal building with Ronaldo. Ashley Cole eventually gets his challenge in, and it's a corner kick, but it's just like the game against France.
Just like Argentina.
And let's hope it's a different conclusion from England's point of view. It's a corner kick to Portugal near side the field, and it'll be taken by Deco. Lots of red and green inside the penalty area. More testing moments for David James. In it goes. James gets both hands brilliantly to the ball on this occasion, doesn't fist it, and tumbles over and makes the save.
You just saw David James just wander off his line, and as the ball was coming in from the right-hand side, it was an outswing right on the 6-yard box, came and took it very, very well. That was much better.
There's a huge gap between England strikers and the midfield as they have a rare moment inside the Portuguese half, and Miguel recovers under pressure from the England's goal scorer Michael Owen. England 1, Portugal 0. You're listening to 5 Live. Michael Owen scoring inside the first 3 minutes. John Terry having his best match of the tournament so far. Steven Gerrard, the Portuguese player, lying injured. And Gerrard very sportingly will put the ball out of play. So is it Nuno Gomes can receive attention? Gomes, of course, replacing Pauletta. Philip Neville, of all people, has come on. Remember, it was Erzmeyer who gave the penalty against him in that last game of Euro 2000. And Philip Neville tonight is winning his 50th cap for England, having come on for his Manchester United teammate Paul Scholes. The England players just getting some refreshment, the Portuguese as well. Nuno Gomes is all right, and Portugal will just give the ball back, one would assume, here to England with 20 minutes to go. And they do give the ball back, and that has to be the way. David James in the England goal away to our right. 20 and a half minutes to go here in Lisbon. James clears. England not carrying a lot of goal threat at the moment. They could dearly do with a second as Beckham heads the ball into the area. Vassell there with his great pace. He got the ball and he's looking for a corner kick, and Erzmeyer's given it. Erzmeyer's given the corner to England. Now, under so much pressure at the other end, can England score a second here, which would surely, at this stage, put them into the semi-final? David Beckham takes his time. John Terry steps forward. Sol Campbell is there as well. England need good delivery. In goes the corner kick from David Beckham. Terry headed the ball down. It's an easy pick up for Ricardo. Now England need to cover those defenders as Portugal come on the counter-attack, and it's a great challenge from Ashley Cole. on Ronaldo, sorry. Ashley Cole having a magnificent tournament at left back. But here come Portugal, 1-0 they trail. The ball is with Deco, slanted in by Deco towards Nuno Gomes. Nuno Gomes has the ball down to Chamau. Excellent block coming in from Philip Neville, that's why he's come on. And David Beckham just hoists a big high ball into the crowd over on the far side of the field. But England do need to keep it. They mustn't just keep planting it back to Portugal. Into the last 20 minutes of the game, the quarter-final on 5 Live. England leading after 3 minutes through Michael Owen, but hanging on here, and it's agony at times. The ball is with Ronaldo of Portugal, a bit wayward to Miguel, but he gets there anyway. And it's now Deco for Portugal, up against Philip Neville, onto Luis Figo, twisting and turning on the edge of the area. Miguel now with an opportunity to get this one in. Great challenge coming in from Frank Lampard. There's nothing on for him at the moment in terms of counter-attacking. Plays the sensible ball to Vassell. Vassell now setting off against Carvalho. Good pace from the Villa man. Great recovery from the Porto defender. And England win a corner kick near side the left.
Carvalho got back in time because Vassell had just got past him. Miguel, the right back from Portugal, was up at the attack. There was a big space there. Vassell just pushed the ball into the space and went past him, but Carvalho got back with a great recovery tackle to concede a corner. England just taking their time, as they should do, from a corner situation. They've been besieged in the second half. I'll tell you what, there's 1 or 2 breakaways, but they nearly got in behind that Portuguese defence. The second goal would kill it for England.
Vassell took a long time to get up. Only John Terry this time goes forward. Sol Campbell stays back. David Beckham with an England corner near side the field the left. 4 England players in the area, headed away by Portugal. England have a chance to play this one back in again. Lampard on the volley, trying to release David Beckham by the corner flag. Beckham turns, and then all he does is turn the ball out of play. Yeah, and Portugal have a throw.
Portugal about to make another substitution. England have got Owen Hargreaves warming up down the side as well. It's Postiga that's going to come on for Portugal.
Well, wouldn't that be an irony? If the man who's failed to score and make any impact really for Spurs comes on and devastates England here in Lisbon. England leading 1-0. Michael Owen jumping with the defender Andrade, and this time Michael Owen's got it. He's got Vassell there as well. Owen's running square with the ball at the moment on the edge of the area. Little dink ball down the left hand side to David Beckham. 2 England players in the area. Beckham's fired it wide to the far side. Got the call from Gary Neville. This is a bit better now from England, but they need a second. Gary Neville in the area. It's a bit congested. In goes across. Ricardo punches. Lampard doesn't control it. Philip Neville can't get it away from Luis Figo. And now Portugal looking to break. In steps John Terry once more. The ball is back inside the Portuguese half. That's where it needs to be. But now Gerrard is taken out of the game as Portugal come on a break. And there's danger for England as Chamau lays the ball to Luis Figo. Figo ambles into the area. 1-0 to England. Figo's there. Sets it up maybe for Deco. No! In comes Ashley Cole. And England looking to break. And Portugal preparing to make a second substitution. Maybe Nuno Gomes will go off. That's a long one now, hoisted forward by Beckham. Finds Gerrard. Headed on by Gerrard in the area. Out comes the goalkeeper. And Ricardo dives at the feet of Steven Gerrard, and this game opens up once more as Portugal prepared across the halfway line, and we've still 16 minutes to go. Portugal trying to stretch England down this near side with Ronaldo against Ashley Cole. Ronaldo still against Ashley Cole. The cross will come in from Miguel and it'll be cleared by Campbell. Not very far though, on the edge of the area. Back come Portugal. 1-0 to England, hanging on for long periods here. Deco to Figo. Can he inspire the host country here? Luis Figo. Figo shoots, gets a deflection. James turns it round the post.
I'll tell you what,
good save by David James.
Good save by David James, who's gone the wrong way. There was a massive deflection on the edge of the box. He got low down to his right hand side, deflected it for a corner.
Short corner taken. England need to concentrate. And in fact, the corner will have to be taken again, I think, because the change will be made. And Luis Figo takes off his captain's armband. He got his 100th cap in February against England, and he's going to make a long walk, and this could be the last time. And from an England point of view, let's hope it is, although he's been one of the great players of the last 10-15 years. Luis Figo will be replaced here by Helder Postiga of Spurs. On comes Postiga. Figo is out of the game. Here comes the corner for Portugal, trailing here by 1-0. Number 23 Postiga's come on. Carvalho the defender, and Andrade's gone forward, headed away well by Campbell. Terrific header. Just over 15 minutes to go in Lisbon on 5 Live. Manish now with a great ball which is beautifully controlled by Ronaldo. Ronaldo lifts the ball in, attempted overhead kick by Portugal, cleared by Gerrard downfield. He doesn't find Michael Owen against Nuno Valente. Valente with a recovery. Owen's looking for a free kick, Ball spins away for a throw into England over on the far side. Owen was almost through there, but to be fair to Nuno Valente, he came back strongly to deny the Liverpool striker.
Well, there's always that threat, just under 15 minutes of the match to go, and Portugal have got to push more men forward. They've got Postigo on now with Gomez. It's a double strike force. They've changed it around a little bit. I think they're just going to go 3 at the back and push people forward, and there's more space. If England can select the right pass forward to Vassell and for Owen, they can get that killer second goal.
Second goal for England, and surely that would be enough to clinch a semi-final and a 6-day rest, and the hope that Wayne Rooney can recover from the injury. But let's not talk about that. Valente now for Portugal. He's just put it out of play, and we've 14 minutes to go.
Just want to say that Luis Figo just sort of sloped round the pitch, came off the pitch straight down the tunnel, didn't go to the bench. He's not watching the rest of the action.
It's going to be a goal kick to Portugal, and as Terry was saying, Luis Figo went straight down the tunnel. Not impressed by that substitution, and Scolari will make his third and final change in a moment for Portugal. Trailing here, they've been behind ever since the 3rd minute when Michael Owen scored his first goal of the tournament. But England hanging on. They picked up yellow cards to Gary Neville and Steven Gerrard, and they've lost Wayne Rooney with an injury. Long ball forward by Portugal, headed away by John Terry. Campbell is there on the edge of the penalty area and needs a good steady clearance, and it's out of play. And Rui Costa, I think, the man who really ran the game 4 years ago in Eindhoven, Rui Costa of Milan, is going to come on in a moment for Portugal. Another great hero, of course, in this country, like Figo. Now Beckham, good ball from Beckham to Vassell. England are only on the halfway line as Lampard lifts it too wide, but Owen will give up the chase, I think, eventually. And it's going to be a Portugal throw. They haven't made the change yet.
No, you know why? Because they haven't got the piece of paper, I think, for the 4th official. It's got to be correct. There's got to be the most decent handover. I think the 4th official just gone through Rui Costa, just made sure that the teeth are okay, the hair's fine, and everything's all set.
Deco for Portugal, looking for Ronaldo down the far side. Great challenge from Gary Neville. Nuno Gomez now has got the support of Postiga alongside him. England have been caught offside. The free kick must go back another 10 yards and eventually taken. And here come Portugal now with Deco with 12 minutes to go. It's a real onslaught here from the home side, chasing the game. England really not producing much threat at the other end, but they're defending superbly. Sven-Göran Eriksson said a few days ago that he wouldn't change his back four for any of the other back fours in this tournament. Well, now Portugal have to absolutely go for it here. They're bringing on creative players. They're taking off the defender Miguel, the right back, and Rui Costa. Well, he won't play right back, but let's just see how they're going to adjust here now.
Well, I think Deco's just come out to the right hand side. Rui Costa, Manish are in the middle. They've virtually got a 3-man attack with Simao, with Nuno Gomez, and with Postiga up front. Ronaldo just drifting into the midfield.
So the original shape has been scrapped here by Scolari in the second half of this game. England are 11 and a half minutes away from a semi-final. We'll hear from Graham Taylor in a moment. It's a throw to England over on the far side. They just need now some moments on the ball. It's a throw to Portugal, wide on the left, far side of the field. It'll be taken by the fullback Valente, gives Rui Costa his first touch. England know all about the danger from Rui Costa. Portugal now with Manish. It comes to Deco down this near side. Ashley Cole's got Deco up against him now. It's Rui Costa trying to impose himself in the game. Settles into the rhythm of the match straight away. Offside is given. And Graham Taylor, let's hear from you.
Well, I'm struggling at the moment to come to terms with what Scolari has done to his team shape. He has made all of a sudden the 3 substitutions, and I think he's almost saying, go on, you're going to have to play, which I can understand to a degree. He's left himself very short with, I think, the chance that England can break at them and can get that second goal. I would say that defensively England have played very well against a lot of possession that the Portuguese side have had.
But the ball is coming back constantly at the England team. 10 minutes away from winning this game. The ball is now with Nuno Gomez over on the far side of the field. Portugal having all the possession in this second half. Still a lot of work for Sven-Göran Eriksson's team to do here. England inviting Portugal onto them at times. In goes the cross. James will save that. And we are now just over 10 minutes away from the end of this game in Lisbon. Portugal, remember, as Owen Hargreaves prepares to come on, undefeated in this city since 1987. Volley back by Manish. John Terry is there. Hargreaves to come on to try and give England a little more composure, a little more possession maybe. Here come Portugal again, across comes John Terry, having a terrific game alongside Sol Campbell, but the clearance only drops to Nuno Valente, and Portugal have the initiative once more. Postiga's there, up against Terry. Spurs against Chelsea, excellent ball from Postiga. Rui Costa's shot is charged down by Campbell. This is agonising at times for England, and across comes Gerrard before Deco can pose any problems near side of the field. Now England will make their change, and the man coming off is Steven Gerrard. Owen Hargreaves is coming on. Gerrard is looking tired. He's on a yellow card, remember, in this game. So Owen Hargreaves, who's recovered from the illness that kept him out of contention for the game against Croatia, makes way, comes on for Steven Gerrard. Gerrard he's run himself into the ground here, Steven Gerrard. So Hargreaves joins Philip Neville in midfield, and Lampard and Beckham. And England are just over 8 minutes away from victory here in the Stadium of Light. Rui Costa back on the halfway line for Portugal. Finds Carvalho, the defender. In goes Owen Hargreaves and does just enough there to prevent Portugal making progress down this near side. You're listening to 5 Live. 8.5 minutes to go in Lisbon, and Steve McLaren says, come on, don't drop Sadiq, push up. Don't give Portugal all the initiative here, because there's still time for the host to come back. England will surely start to tire as well, and that was a tire clearance by Lampard. Here come Portugal, regrouping on the edge of the penalty area. It's Postiga feeding Shimao down the left-hand side. His ball in, he's going to get another opportunity. Shimao collects himself, in comes across, over Terry, headed in by Postiga! Would you believe it? Helder Postiga of Tottenham Hotspur, who's made no impact at all in England, has headed an equaliser for Portugal with 7.5 minutes to go, and the problem was it had been coming for a long time. As England were forced deep, Portugal have equalised.
Well, would you believe it? What a substitution from Scolari. He's virtually playing with 4 forwards. Simao got the ball. The first cross was blocked by David Beckham. It fell to his right foot, and he just picked Postiga out. He had the simplest of headers from 6 yards, unmarked in the box, over the top of John Terry. Sol Campbell had a man. Ashley Cole had a man. The spare man was Postiga, and he just glanced it past David James. No chance.
So near. Not quite as dramatic as the French game, but England have been stung, and now England have to do it all over again. And the possibility of extra time starts to loom, and England are looking tired. Lampard now trying to find Michael Owen. England now must push forward with this reshaped side now, of course. They've taken off Steven Gerrard, they've taken off Paul Scholes, they had to take off Wayne Rooney. And Portugal, with the home crowd behind them, now have the initiative as Gary Neville heads the ball out of play to the far side. It's Portugal 1, England 1 in the quarter-final of Euro 2004, and the referee gives Portugal a free kick, and England need real concentration here now. Both the games Sven-Göran Eriksson played against Portugal, the friendlies ended 1-1. This one now locked on the same scoreline. It's a Portugal free kick, and they've got Shimao, who of course was so instrumental in the goal. They've got Rui Costa as well, and they've got Postiga waiting in the area. Valente's gone forward. Free kick is taken, in it goes, headed away by John Terry. Not very far, and England, it's coming onto them all the time here from the men in red and green. And here they come again, the home side. Portugal raiding down the left-hand side. Across comes Gary Neville, and it's out of play for a Portugal throw-in. We're just over 5 minutes to go of normal time. England 1, Portugal 1. Ball with Portugal inevitably. Portugal looking to try and tease the England defenders. Then the cross comes in, and this time John Terry gets his head to the ball. Vassell is all on his own. He's got no one into sport, and then he's fouled by Deco, and Deco will get a yellow card for that. It's a free kick to England, and here's Graham Taylor.
Well, one could argue that it has been coming, but the way it came was a surprise. Once the first cross had been put out and the second cross in the penalty box, the England defenders had plenty of time to assess what was round about them. They weren't able to do that, and Postiga came in and got in between the defenders to equalise. It's a matter now of not saying, well, we've got to go and win it in the next few minutes. You've got to hold, you've got to get yourself into the game. There could yet be that period of extra time to come in and win it. But it's a shame, it's a surprise that they lost the equalising goal by what we'd call an English-type cross.
It's the first goal England have conceded from open play in this tournament, and it's changed the whole atmosphere in this stadium. England sitting too deep. Portugal coming forward once more. The ball is not in play. Ronaldo didn't manage to keep it in, and England are 4 minutes away from the final whistle here, plus added time, and maybe 4 minutes or so away from extra time. Sol Campbell now. England needs some possession. Maniche is in the way for Portugal. Maniche, England were unable to get the second, which would have finished Portugal off. David Beckham now has been penalised by Erzmeyer, and Portugal take the free kick quickly. England tired, of course, in the quarter-final against Brazil 2 years ago. They're flagging a bit here. Portugal trying to win it in normal time. They don't want extra time. Shot comes in and it's wasted this time. And a goal kick to England. David James to take it, and this is why England now need a little bit of help and a bit of support from the bench.
Yeah, they certainly do. They just try and kill it if they can and just regroup into extra time. But it's just one of those ones where you have to admire Scolari, the Portuguese coach, because he pushed 4 men forward. It was very brave. It was very bold. He knew about the counter-attack from England, but it was a soft goal to give away. It's one of those goals that you look back and you say, why did we just pick up and mark and leave the spare man if there was one?
Hargreaves can't find Owen. Scolari is in the he's almost on the pitch down there. There's no one from England though in the technical area trying to inspire from the sideline as Portugal clear. Ashley Cole's underneath it with a header, trying to play in Hargreaves against Deco, and that's gone out of play for a Portuguese throw-in. We've less than 3 minutes to go. The England supporters are trying to lift their side. We're heading for extra time in this first quarter-final. Silver goals and penalties, of course. Many people forecast this would be decided by penalties, but we're still a long, long way away from that scenario. It's Portugal with a clearance from Andrade, looking for Ronaldo. Ronaldo faced by Ashley Cole and Hargreaves. Portugal having non-stop possession here in the second half. It's Rui Costa. On to Miguel. Miguel into the area, trying to find Postiga. That was overhit. And it's a goal kick, but England have been stung right at the end of this game, like they were not quite so dramatically against France in the opening match. 1-1, and you just sense, Terry, that the force is with Portugal at the moment.
Yeah, well, I think the force has been with Portugal all the second half, really. It has been one-way traffic with a few sporadic attacks from England. But I thought the storm was weathered. I thought they'd done it, but you never say never. And against France as well, you thought that they'd done it, but they hadn't. I can see the goal. Now they've got to see it out to extra time, and these players have to get through. I think Portugal have made 3 substitutions. England have made 3 substitutions as well. So these players, if it does go to extra time, they've got to play.
Portugal once more moving forward. Rui Costa, such a vital player to be able to bring on in this second half. High ball towards Ronaldo, too high. And at least Portugal haven't gone on since they scored that equaliser. And England have hung in there. Philip Neville to David Beckham, who's drifted into the centre circle. Beckham turns on the ball against Rui Costa. Feeds Philip Neville. Philip Neville lifts it forward, trying to play the ball over Andrade. That's a header away, and it was well judged by Andrade. Otherwise, Vassell was looking for the bits and pieces. Ball with given away by Portugal, by Carvalho. But it was a good recovery. The referee's given the free kick against Carvalho, against his challenge on Hargreaves.
He's correct as well. That was a
1 minute to go of normal time. And can this be the moment for England? Because there would be no coming back for Portugal if they could finish this one off. And this time Campbell, as he must do, goes forward with John Terry. If ever there was a moment for David Beckham to deliver one of his better free kicks, this is it. England free kick, right at the end of the game. In it goes, headed against the bar. Campbell should be the goal. A goal for England. Sol Campbell has scored. The referee, has the referee given the goal?
Oh, no, he hasn't.
And the game continues. I thought, what on earth is happening? The ball is now with Simao. England thought they'd won the game right at the end. And we've got 3 minutes of added time. Portugal shoot over the bar. Now explain all that to me.
Well, when the header came in, I'm not too sure if it came off John Terry or Sol Campbell. The ball thudded against the crossbar. It came off Sol Campbell. Sol Campbell then got up. There was two players that went up, John Terry and Sol Campbell. The goalkeeper was nowhere near the ball. He wasn't fouled. He was blocked, if anything, on the goal line. Campbell thought he'd scored, just like Argentina in 1998. England had thought they got the winner. The referee gave the free kick, and then Portugal broke, and it was 2-1 against England.
Just like the game against Argentina in Saint Etienne. Campbell thought he'd done it. We thought he'd done it. All the England fans thought he'd done it. We're now playing added time here at the end of the 90 minutes. John Terry for England. Long ball forward looking for Owen, and the goalkeeper will get that, Ricardo. Well, if England don't win this game now, what a talking point that is going to prove to be at the end of the match. What a talking point Urs Meyer's performance will be as well as the referee. Long ball into the England half. Philip Neville doesn't get it first time. Maybe that will inspire England forward if they feel that they've been hard done by here. The ball now needs clearing by John Terry, and he knocks it a long way into the crowd over on the far side. It's Portugal 1, England 1, and we're playing added time at the end of the 90 minutes. 3 minutes of added time. Now England have to be careful themselves. They thought they'd won the game. If Portugal get a goal now, it will be all over. The ball is with Costa. Long ball to this near side of the field to Deco. Deco's now playing wide on the right. Closed down by Hargreaves. Ashley Cole comes in once more to win the ball. Hargreaves and Cole together near side. Lampard looking for Hargreaves. We can hear the England fans singing as Hargreaves was tripped a couple of times. Still manages to cross the halfway line. Still Hargreaves. Owen ahead of him, then he loses his footing. Well, he was fouled 2 or 3 times there as he tried to get forward. And now Hargreaves gets up slowly and Portugal counter-attack. Lampard and Cole switched in field, and the referee's given a free kick now against Lampard on Deco. Free kick to Portugal, added time in Lisbon. One more chance maybe for the hosts, and the ball is with Nuno Valente down the left-hand side. Gomez and Postiga ahead of him. Portugal keeping the ball with Rui Costa. England thought they'd won it with a minute to go from Campbell. Shimao, who made the equaliser. England mustn't let him get the cross in. The ball is out of play far side, and it's going to be a Portuguese throw. There can hardly be any seconds left, and Sven-Göran Eriksson will have to come on soon with Steve McLaren and Sammy Lee to lift the England team for extra time. Throw to Portugal far side. Postiga, the goal scorer, comes towards the ball. The cross comes in, looking for Nuno Gomez with a weak header. That's gone wide, and the signs since England conceded the goal have been reasonably encouraging in that they haven't fallen apart here, and they've given quite a good account of themselves over the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was well played from him. It was a great free kick from Beckham. Hit Campbell up in the air, but back comes Portugal.
Beckham slow to react. Beckham should have got that, and the shot is driven in by Portugal over the bar. But what is Beckham thinking about? That really needed more commitment. England captain screaming at Gary Neville, I'm not sure why. Whistle goes for the end of the 90 minutes. We will have extra time. We're not quite sure how much extra time, because of course the silver goals will apply. Steve McLaren is the first man on the pitch, wants everyone to come towards him. We've got extra time, as one or two of us always suspected we might have here. Score here, England 1, Portugal 1.
They've gone 3-3-4, Portugal. That's what they've done. Excuse my voice, a bit hoarse, having with a certain amount of shouting at the referee, but I think unfortunately Campbell's goal was rightly disallowed. Terry fouled the goalkeeper. No golden goal, remember. That applied 4 years ago and 8 years ago. A silver goal means that if a team take the lead in extra time and hold on to that lead until after 15 minutes have been played, that will be the final score. The ball is out of play on the far side of the field. It's going to be a throw into England. This revised England line-up, though the formation remains substantially the same. Hargreaves takes a throw towards Vassell, knocked away, and there's Campbell heading it forward again. Cole backheels the ball, doesn't reach Darius Vassell, and then Lampard in there, but dives in there and doesn't get the ball, and it's driven forward deep, bounces inside the not the 6-yard box, the D of the England penalty area, and through to David James. James, well, he made one excellent save from Figo, shot that was deflected. There were a couple of early moments that weren't that clever. It's 1-1 here in Lisbon, and no one seriously can deny that Portugal deserved to equalise. The momentum was with them throughout the second half. All the pressure was on England. James slices a clearance. It doesn't even reach the halfway line. Terry has the ball down, and there's an offside flag raised against Postiga. England have the ball and the free kick. Terry lashes it towards Michael Owen. Ricardo Carvalho heads it away. Hargreaves is there. Hargreaves faced by Deco, who's playing right midfield now. And then Hargreaves comes forward. Deco tackles him, beats him. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo up over the halfway line, and he's still running forward. Phil Neville goes in. That's going to be a yellow card, I suspect. Fouling his club colleague. And Ershmeyer loves to flash the yellow in English faces.
Yeah, he's definitely right on that occasion. Ronaldo picked the ball up and Hargreaves are giving the ball away, but Ronaldo was faced with Ashley Cole and Phil Neville, pushed it past Ashley Cole. Phil Neville slid in, didn't make contact with the ball, fouled Ronaldo, definite booking, and it's a free kick and a chance for the Portuguese to get men in the box, wide on the touchline on the right hand side.
Decker's going to take it. Rui Costa lurking ominously on the edge of the D of the England penalty. Here comes Decker's free kick, not a great one. Headed down to Rui Costa. Rui Costa's shot almost landed Ronaldo. The flag's up for offside.
England just coming out on the edge of the box there, and I'm not too sure. Was it Postiga that caught it? Well, no, Ronaldo caught it, but two players offside, and good clearance from England's point of view, but that was a scary moment.
Well done Darius Vassell, keeping that ball and playing the well, I thought he kept it in play, but mind you, I'm a long way away, and the linesman could look along the line. He says no, he didn't, and it's a throw into Portugal. Yeah. Will there be caution in this situation, Terry?
No, you just have to go for it if you possibly can. You know that if you score the goal, it's still got to go the 15 minutes in that first period. And of course, if it's 0-0 then, or no goals then, it still goes to the full distance of 120 minutes. So it's a bit cat and mouse.
David Beckham surely brought down, and there was a little boot towards Beckham, but it's a free kick. Beckham takes it, finds Michael Owen just outside the penalty area. Owen having to retreat though, and that's not good from Owen. It's taken up now for Portugal, and here's Postiga, the goal scorer, stepping inside Phil Neville. He can't make another bad tackle. The pass goes to Ronaldo. In goes Ashley Cole, winning it fairly. Campbell heads it away. Beckham's not going to reach that. Stabbed forward again by Portugal. Out comes James, and he catches that ball. We've already played 3.5 minutes of the first 15 minutes of extra time. We might not need 30, but we might have to get 30, and then heaven help us, penalties. The ball is still with David James. I think England actually have recovered well, having conceded the equaliser, Terry. Yeah, they have. And when Portugal went for it and playing the three at the back and three in midfield and four up, there was you sort of think, well, it's a very, very wide open game, and they are vulnerable then to one ball over the top for Owen and for Vassell. But they just have to sometimes try and alter that shape if they possibly can, Portugal. But I think both teams are going for it. Deco looking for Ronaldo. Ronaldo broke forward too quickly, and he's offside. But worryingly, Lampard gave the ball away there rather carelessly. England mustn't do that. Free kick to England, 4 minutes gone in extra time here in Lisbon. It's 1-1 between the host Portugal and England. Beckham's down the right side. He was manhandled there by Nuno Valente. The ball goes out of play. It's a throw in to England when it could easily have been a free kick. Beckham, not unreasonably, looks exhausted. This could be his moment. This could be his moment. Throw in for England, taken by Gary Neville to Phil Neville, back to Gary Neville. Neville squeezed the ball through the legs of Samao, back to Phil Neville. Phil Neville's cross, slightly deflected, headed clear. Vassell brings it down. Nuno Valente clears. Phil Neville rises, heads it further forward, and down by Vassell, but he's the judge to have fouled the defender Andrade, and it's a free kick to Portugal. It's a very scrappy first 5 minutes of extra time. I think all sets of both sets of players are pretty tired. They put a lot of effort into it. It was a good tempo to the game. It was very open, wasn't it? It was end-to-end football in the 90 minutes, and both sets of players deserve a great deal of praise for their stamina, but with tiredness comes mistakes. Ricardo with a free kick up to the edge of the England penalty area. Good header away by Terry, and it's a throw in to Portugal midway inside the England half. Left for Nuno Valente to take. Back it goes to Rui Costa. Rui Costa onto his right foot, and he slides it away to the far side, and England are back defending again as Deco put the ball into the penalty. Well chested down in there by Nuno Gomes, but he couldn't get the shot in. Rui Costa flicks it forward again. Here's danger for England. Oh, was that a handball? Terry went across and may have smacked him up the face. Either way, it's behind for a goal kick and not a penalty. For a corner kick rather, not a penalty. Yeah, I'm not too sure if it does strike John Terry. It hits him right on the nose. How they can complain on appeal for that, I just don't know, but sometimes you might get it, you never know. This is 5 Live bringing you extra time from Lisbon. Portugal and England, 1-1. Corner to Portugal, and it's headed on there in the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away by Phil Neville. Drops to Deco. Deco crosses into the box. Campbell with a header down. Beckham needs to get there, and Beckham does get there. Well done, skipper. and he hits it over the halfway line. Michael Owen is the only England player chasing after it, and he had to give up in the end because Nuno Valente had an easy header back to his goalkeeper, Ricardo. They looked hard.
Yeah, both sets of players looked hard. England can't build from the back because they've got 4 attackers to mark. So it's got to be hurried clearances. There's got to be wild slashes. When they can get balls into midfield players as they're doing now, then they can pass it. But they haven't passed it well in this period.
No, that was poor from Lampard, but Hargreaves wins it back. But not. England players hold their heads in their hands as the referee Ersmeyer whistles again and gives another free kick against England. It's taken and played to the left to Manish, and now Rui Costa inside the centre circle. He should be quite fresh. Rui Costa looks for Samao. Another of the substitutions made by Scolari. Samaro up to the edge of the England penalty. Gets the cross in. Manish was there. Good header away by Terry. And it's taken up by Lampard. Owens down the left. Vassell's through the middle. The pass is short and to Hargreaves. Now it's on to Michael Owen. Back to Hargreaves on the halfway line. Hargreaves moves forward and falls over. That was no free kick. Now it's forward and Postiga hits it to the right and taken up by young Ronaldo. Ronaldo midway inside the England half, dives. Why isn't he booked for that? Phil Neville clears anyway. High towards Michael Owen, headed away by Carvalho. Here's Ronaldo again. Phil Neville gets in a fair challenge once more, but it's back with Deco. 7.5 minutes gone. Halfway through the first period of extra time here on 5 Live. Samao, 25 yards out, comes forward, runs into David Beckham, then it's stabbed back. Rui Costa in towards Samao, and he dives. And that surely should be a yellow card. That was Nuno Gomez actually who dived. But I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, I wonder if the referee is going to caution Nuno Gomez when the ball goes out of play, but that was unbelievable simulation there. Unbelievable.
Well, he should have won a free kick and booked the player. Carvalho for Portugal. To Deco. Ronaldo's ahead of him. Deco's looking further forward though, and that's a great ball struck to the left towards Samao, taken on his chest. Gary Neville's in there. The pass in though, towards the edge of the penalty. Nuno Gomez, the back heels the ball, taken up by Rui Costa. He's tackled, fairly tackled by Lampard. Rui Costa goes towards the ball. Gives it to Samao. Samao, edge of the penalty, inside the penalty, shoots low. That was a shot on goal. Rebounds to Deco. Deco with a drive into the penalty area. And England body blocks it, and Lampard plays it away to Hargreaves. Hargreaves looking for the run of Michael Owen, and Gerard Vassell plays the ball between them, and it's headed back by a combination of Andrade and Carvalho to Ricardo.
That's all England can do when they get the ball at the back, is to hoof it forward, because they're under pressure at the back. There's no spare men. When they do play it forward, it's got to be the right ball for Owen and Vassell, but unfortunately it's not been so far.
Portugal looked the more constructive of the two teams in extra time. Here's Manish on the halfway line, finding Deco once more. Down the right. He had such a great first 90 minutes, Deco. Back to Manish. And then Nuno Valente's available down this near flank. The Portuguese left. He overhits it and then he brings Beckham down. That's a free kick. Free kick to England. And I just worry, that I don't want to accuse the referee of leaning to one side, but you do get the feeling that he would yellow card an England player for that tackle and doesn't yellow card the Portuguese player.
Well, Nuno Gomez just threw himself to the ground as well. That was worthy of a yellow card, and it's in UEFA and FIFA trying to clamp down on this, but that was just unbelievably blatant.
Gary Neville's free kick hit towards Vassell. Vassell went down far too easily. Ball's out of play off Gerard Vassell, throwing to Portugal. And here's Manish, who still looks sprightly, doesn't he? Manish coming forward toward the halfway line, now inside the centre circle, plays it to Ronaldo, down the Portuguese right. Cole dives in and wins the ball, and it actually came off Ronaldo. The linesman gave the throw in towards Portugal, and Ersmeyer says no, that's an England throw in.
Well, once again the referee and the linesman fall out about this one, and it's good for England as well just to slow it down a little bit. Ashley Cole, I would say, and Michael Owen have been England's two best players.
Here's Phil Neville after the throw-in to Owen. Owen brings it down well. Good play, Michael Owen, bringing Gary Neville into the game. Up to the halfway line, Neville. Beckham, his captain, is ahead of him, but it's into brother Phil. And now Lampard, better from England. Lampard, midway inside the Portuguese half. Finds Owen Hargreaves. Hargreaves cross, deep, looking for the header of Beckham. Beckham had a half chance there, headed wide.
Yes, Nuno Valente was all over the shop. It was a good ball from Owen Hargreaves from the left wing with his right foot curling towards the far post. Beckham came in. Owen was underneath it as well. Beckham's header, well, he guided it down, but just past Ricardo's left-hand post. It was a difficult chance, if anything else, but it was a half chance.
You got the feeling it was a header back across goal that might have got in.
Well, I think Owen and Nuno Valente were coming back onto Beckham. He couldn't really have a clear sight at it, but he did head it down, but off target.
No silver goal as yet. We've got 4 minutes left in the first period of extra time. We might need the full 30 minutes, but here's Samao for Portugal. Samao digs it into the penalty. Here's a chance for Rui Costa. Brilliant block by Campbell. Postaga's there. He shoots. Blocked by Terry. And Terry was hurt there. But it's taken away by Hargreaves. And again, there's a huge gap between the England midfield and the two England strikers. Hargreaves plays it to the right. Owen keeps it in play. And then he plays it off the Portuguese left back, Nuno Valente. And that's as well as Owen could have done in those circumstances.
He did very well
in England.
He did very well chasing the ball out to the touchline and did well to recover.
Beckham's throwing to Duras Vassell to the right of the penalty area. Owens inside the box. It's played back. Here's a chance. Hargreaves should have run to meet the ball. Didn't. Waited for it to come to him. Ronaldo stepped in. Next the interception. And Portugal have it back. Well played, Ronaldo. Finding Deco. Manish. Ronaldo again. Deco once more. 3 minutes left in the first period of extra time. Deco gave the ball away there. And then clattered into Hargreaves, and it's going to be a throw into England.
I bet you never thought you'd see Deco in the right back position.
No, but he's playing more right back now
he's
than
right hand side midfield and having to drop back when he can, but it's still adventurous from the Portuguese. And they sometimes slip into a 4-4-2 now. The adventure's gone to a certain degree, but when they do attack, they do get a lot of bodies forward.
Lampard tackled and foul. Free kick, England. 2.5 minutes of the first 15 minutes of extra time left for play here. And the free kick is 8 yards inside the Portuguese half, and Portugal have brought everybody back for this free kick, which is going to be struck by Phil Neville. Where's Beckham? Gary Neville saying to Beckham, the captain, you get further forward, David. Phil Neville to deliver, and Campbell's up inside the penalty. So too is Terry. Neville plays the free kick in. Campbell tries to head it down. Half cleared. Beckham collects. Beckham, suspicion of a handball. Still throws the cross in again. Might fall to Owen on the far side, and does fall to Michael Owen. 2 minutes left in the first period of extra time. Owen, he put England in front a long time ago. Into Lampard. Lampard is there. Lampard shoots. Blocked. Still might fall to Lampard. Lampard is it back to Terry. England press here for what might be a winner. Gary Neville crosses into the penalty area. Not a great cross by Gary Neville. Headed clear. Cole is there. Cole wins it back and plays it to Terry. And Terry all the way back to David James. And we've got 90 seconds left of the first period of extra time. You're listening to 5 Live on the BBC. 1-1. Beckham heads it on. Vassell rushes after it. Good defending by Carvalho. Carvalho runs it towards the left touchline. Beckham is there, hustling him, harrying him. Oh, Carvalho cleverly plays it away to Nuno Valente, and the clearance towards the halfway line. Phil Neville fouled, unquestionably, but play continues. Terry gives the ball to Hargreaves. Better, much better from England. Hargreaves to Phil Neville. 1 minute to go to half-time and extra time. Gary Neville, back to Phil Neville. And Neville squirts it forward. Beckham heads it on. Headed away. Seemed to be another foul on Beckham by Nuno Valente. Lampard can't collect that. And here come Portugal again. Rui Costa looking for Ronaldo. Ronaldo's first touch wasn't great. Ashley Cole hustling him towards the right flank, and Cole dives in. Great tackle from the Arsenal full-back. Has to concede the throw-in though.
It was a fantastic tackle. Once again, a very quick break. Lampard giving the ball away. The ball going through to Ronaldo in the inside right area.
Kick.
No, it was a great tackle by Cole. It's a throw-in.
Deco tried to fool the referee and the linesman. It's only a throw-in. Deco to take it. Mere seconds left at the end of the first period of extra time. The throw goes towards Ronaldo. It was intercepted there by Hargreaves, and Hargreaves cleared. And I'll tell you what, we didn't even get the 15 minutes. There's the half-time whistle in extra time, and we've got at least 15 more minutes, and who knows after that.
Well, I was pleased actually with the effort from England towards the end, the last 5 minutes of that first half of extra time, that first period. England were very much on top and, created 1 or 2 reasonable chances. The Beckham header coming in at the far post. Both sets of players look dead on their feet, but they've got to summon up the reserves from somewhere, because after this game, the winners of this match have got a 6-day rest before the semi-final.
I think that was a brave 15 minutes from England.
Fantastic.
Far better, frankly, than I was hoping for. So, Michael, are you ready?
Almost. I wonder whether we can just get a quick word with Graham Taylor, because the players, although they are supposed to restart straight away, they're having some refreshment. And, Graham, what do you think?
Well, from England's point of view, the last 3 or 4 minutes, it shows that you can control it, you can pose a threat. I have to say this, looking at the Portuguese side, in possession, they're playing 2-4-4. They push on, and Deco out of possession, they're into a 4-4-2. But certainly in possession, you've got a 2-4-4 in international football. It's amazing.
How times change.
Well, David Beckham's out on his knees. There's been a lot of stuff talked about his fitness level at the end of the season with Real Madrid. So Portugal will start this final period of extra time. Remember, there's never been a silver goal yet to decide a European Championship game. It's been golden goals before, and of course Portugal went out of Euro 2000 to a golden goal, a penalty scored by Zidane in the semi-final, and there was all sorts of acrimony at the end of that game. 1-1 after 90 minutes, still 1-1 after the first 15 minutes of extra time, and the ball is with Maniche of Portugal. England improved in that period, but now they have to mark tighter than this. It's Nuno Gomes of Portugal. Nuno Gomes towards Postiga, who kicks fresh air, and Ashley Cole now being urged to clear, but showing good composure, and eventually slides the ball to Owen Hargreaves near side the field, the England left. Hargreaves having problems getting going here against Deco, and the linesman's given a throw into Portugal. Throw in to the Portuguese taken already, and it's Rui Costa of Portugal. Plays the ball in towards the edge of the area. A good step over and a turn there by Nuno. England need to clear this ball. Now they've got Vassell and Owen ahead if Hargreaves can chip it accurately. Looking for Vassell. Cavallo's there. Goalkeeper Ricardo's out. They almost make a mess of that between them. And Ricardo's still out of his area and then thumps it back into the England half and gets good distance on that. It's Ronaldo against Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole gets the better of Ronaldo, as he has done for large parts of this evening. There's a Portuguese player, Nuno Gomes, lying injured at the moment. Scolari wants the game to stop, but Owen Hargreaves unaware of that, and in fact it wasn't a great ball from him anyway to Michael Owen, and now the game can stop if Nuno Gomes needs attention. But I don't want to tempt fate here, but England have looked, they've come out and they've looked reasonably strong in extra time so far.
I'll tell you what happened. Nuno Gomes right on the edge of the box, he turned two of the defenders and shot, and it was Phil Neville with a crunching tackle on the edge of the box, and it was one of those ones where Nuno Gomes is feeling the pain because he followed through, and Phil Neville was very strong, and Gomes is pretty hurt.
Remember the last time England were in a quarter-final in this tournament, they eventually won through on penalties against Spain, and here come Portugal once more with Ronaldo near side the field. Ashley Cole just backing off. Ronaldo's going to try and get a cross in. Ashley Cole's got the ball off him. Ashley Cole having a monumental game. The referee's given a free kick to England. Interestingly, in the 90 minutes, by the way, as far as possession was concerned, Portugal 65%, England 35%.
Yeah, but I mean, how many chances did Portugal really create? They had all the ball, they had the crosses coming in, good defending from England, and then one bread and butter ball into the box, and England slack on the marking, and it's a goal.
England must hope that the Portuguese have burnt themselves out here with their second half assault, as David James takes a free kick, and it's now with Vassell over on the far side of the field. This is the England right. He's getting nowhere though, Vassell. He lost that rather easily, and Portugal to the unmarked Nuno Gomes now in the centre circle. Portugal building down this near side the field. Deco now playing at right back, their most creative player, of course. Deco taking Hargreaves with him. Ball played back to Rui Costa. Rui Costa, edge of the area, shapes to shoot, doesn't get it in now, finds Ronaldo down the right hand side, and Ronaldo's won a corner kick off Ashley Cole, and Portugal have come out and started this second and final period of extra time well. And they're going to throw Cavallo, the defender, forward, and the corner kick will be taken by Rui Costa. Cavallo goes forward. There are half a dozen Portuguese players now in the area. Already 3 minutes of added time gone. Extra time. Now Andrade makes a late run into the area. In goes the cross. Headed goals and scrambled over the line. Cleared off the line by Ashley Cole. Has the goal been given? The game continues. England have to really concentrate and maybe now counter-attack. Darius Vassell going the long way round. Ashley Cole's just cleared off the line. Michael Owen all on his own needs support from midfield. He's got David Beckham there. It's a poor ball. Eventually Beckham is fed by Lampard, and now Owen Hargreaves. Can England, having almost gone a goal behind, Hargreaves ball in towards Vassell. It's cleared by Portugal. We've had drama at both ends here. Campbell thought he'd scored a winner. Ashley Cole scrambling the ball off the line when Portugal seemed certain to score. Now Rui Costa's going forward once more. Costa, England can't get the ball off it. Oh, a goal! Rui Costa, the man who terrorised England in Eindhoven 4 years ago, lashes the ball past David James. He never saw it. The game will continue, but that could be silver for Portugal. and a big dark cloud for England here in the Stadium of Light. It's Portugal 2, England 1.
Well, if there was one man with a mission, it was Rui Costa. I think he started the tournament, but left out by Scolari. Come on as a bit part player in 1 or 2 games after that. And he's a bit part player. He's bigger than a bit part player now, because he may have won the match for Portugal and got them through to the semi-finals. They're celebrating on the far side. Rui Costa with a real point to prove. It's his second goal in the tournament, and what a crucial goal that is. England waiting to restart. Portugal still celebrating on the far side.
We still have 10 minutes of this game to go, but Portugal have come from behind here to lead by 2 goals to 1. Rui Costa may have scored. We'll have to wait and see. The first silver goal winner in a European Championship game. Rui Costa, who ran the show 4 years ago when Portugal came from behind then to pull back 2 goals to beat England 3-2. It's all down to England now. There's no Rooney, there's no Gerrard, there's no Scholes to lift them. Lampard inside the centre circle, finding Philip Neville. And now Owen Hargreaves goes down the line near side the field. In goes across. Vassell has it snatched away from him in the air. Lampard doesn't control it first time, and Portugal will clear. Lampard's going in again, and Portugal now have grown in strength and confidence with that Rui Costa goal. And here now comes Ronaldo down the near side of the field. 2-1 to Portugal. But we will have at least 9 minutes. That goal will decide it if it stays like this at the end of the 30 minutes of extra time. Ball played in by Ronaldo and cleared by Sol Campbell. Can England find some effort from somewhere here? Remember, against Scolari in the World Cup quarter-final, Michael Owen gave England the lead, and Brazil came back to beat them 2-1. Andrade's header, as England failed to find Michael Owen, cleared by Maniche. Sol Campbell waits for it to come to him and then finds Ashley Cole. Cole is kicked in the head by Cristiano Ronaldo. The boot was very high. England have a free kick, and here now is Graham Taylor.
It really is a time for very big hearts now, isn't it? It's a body blow, although, you know, if we're being very, very fair, Portugal, they've taken the game to England for most of this game. It's absolutely superb goal by Rui Costa.
Hargreaves' cross is headed weakly by David Beckham, and Ricardo decides to make a Hollywood save, holds onto the ball, and will take all the time that Ersmaier will allow him. But really, Ricardo has not had to do a great deal compared to David James in this game. He was beaten after 3 minutes by Michael Owen. Portugal have come back, and Portugal are heading for the semi-final unless England can find a goal now in the last 7 minutes of this game. Gary Neville of England, header forward. England need to grow again as Beckham has the ball and finds Owen. He's played it behind him though. Hargreaves makes a gallop. Owen on the edge of the area, trying to thread a way through. David Beckham now to the far side of the field. Gary Neville's chance to cross the ball on the edge of the penalty area. Now Neville needs to get this one in, and Lampard can't reach it. Beckham will go in, and it's taken away from Beckham by the Portuguese. Well, he's a defender now, Deco, and Portugal dangerously coming on the counter-attack once more with the man of the hour, Rui Costa. The ball with Postiga, who got the first goal. England now stretched as Rui Costa plays the ball down the left-hand side of the field. Shot driven in, and James decides to shadow it past the post. And it's a goal kick to England, and we have just 6.5 minutes left of this quarter-final.
Ashley Cole struggling as well. He got a couple of knocks from tackles on Ronaldo. He's struggling in the left-back area. There's a lot of very, very tired men out there. England got to take chances and get the ball forward.
But Eriksson and Scolari at the moment in the quarter-final, it's deja vu as Philip Neville now tries to give Michael Owen something to feed off. Owen forced to come wide, takes the defender Carvalho with him. Owen managing to give it back to Hargreaves. England have to do something quickly. Beckham to Cole, Ashley Cole. Philip Neville trying to sidestep, and now John Terry coming forward. Time running out for England. Terry's got Gary Neville in space. The Portuguese crowd are booing. In comes the cross, takes a deflection. England have a corner. A chance for David Beckham to plant something in with accuracy here. A chance for Campbell and Terry to come forward with under 6 minutes to go. The England supporters, as they have done throughout the tournament, giving wonderful vocal support. Gary Neville, who's never scored a goal for England, is inside the area. In goes across. Terry's header down. Lampard! Frank Lampard has equalised for England. Lampard scores the most important goal of his life, maybe. And the silver goal
goal from Rui Costa is no more Silva. We have 4 minutes to go, and Lampard, who scored England's first goal at that end against France all those days ago, has given Eriksen a lifeline, and maybe it won't be deja vu after all against Scolari.
Well, there was a great corner from the right-hand side from David Beckham. England had 6 players in the box. It was hung to the far post. John Terry got up, headed the ball down to Frank Lampard. Lampard, with his back to his goal, controlled the ball with his left foot, spun 180 degrees and fired it into the back of the net. The Portuguese appealed for offside, no doubt about it. Onside, great goal. What drama the last few minutes we've got now?
Oh, Frankie, England need to concentrate now. Hi-ho, silver lining and all that here. Lampard has equalised dramatically. What a game this has been. What a game if you're not really connected emotionally with either of these sides. And what a tournament.
My goodness gracious. And now we've still got about 4 or 5 minutes of the match left.
Do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me an awful lot of the game in St Etienne. Same scoreline, 2-2.
Yeah.
Of course.
Campbell goal disallowed as well.
Campbell goal disallowed. Fortunately, David Beckham hasn't been sent off, and England may need him to take a penalty in a few minutes' time. Of course, all that goal does now from Lampard, it doesn't win the game for England, but it might save it for them, and we may move to the lottery of a penalty shootout. It's England 2, Portugal 2 on 5 Live. What a night in Lisbon, as a goalkeeper was off his line and Ashley Cole saw it, and despite the fact that he's injured, smashed it from about 50 yards. And what are you pointing at?
Boy, the Phil Neville's gone to left back now. Ashley Cole's really struggling.
England need to grow again and hang in there again. This time Michael Owen doesn't chase the ball inside the Portuguese half. A real stunner for the Portuguese fans now. And the England fans, they never gave up there. They were giving the team fantastic support. And we've got 3.5 minutes to go. Still 3.5 minutes for another silver goal to win this game. 2-2, ball centre circle. Hear from Graham Taylor in a moment. But we may be heading inevitably towards penalties once more. That was Graham Taylor's prediction this morning, by the way. But this game would be decided by penalties. David Beckham for England now. One long ball into the area. Over the defender. Michael Owens there. Ricardo uses his head, and actually uses his head quite effectively. Cavallo's had a great game at the back for Portugal. Gives it back to Ricardo, who Alan Green said earlier in the commentary is a penalty specialist. Well, he may need to be here tonight. Long ball into the England half, gathered in by Gary Neville. There's still time for England now to make sure we don't need penalties. Gary Neville's got Beckham on the right-hand side. Doesn't really find him, though. Nuno Valente's there against Beckham. Beckham's looking for a free kick. Linesman gives the goal kick, and here's Graham Taylor.
Mike, if I was to say anything now, it would take away from what is happening on this pitch. I think the quicker we get back to you, so we can tell the listeners exactly what is happening, because this is a fantastic game and it's a fantastic finish.
Whichever way it goes now for England, they can hold their heads up here as Portugal now break through, and Campbell's there. Terry Butcher said to me before the game, the one thing that the fans will not forgive this evening is if England go out of this tournament meek and mildly like they did in Japan 2 years ago. But now England have to really concentrate. We've 2 minutes to go, and Portugal have a corner over on the far side of the field. This is their left hand side. In goes the corner kick. Oh, James doesn't get his hand to it, and the ball will break to Portugal again down the right. They've still got those players forward. In goes the cross, skimmed away by Ashley Cole. Beckham completes the clearance. We're in the last 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes of extra time. And it's Portugal once more. Rui Costa's ball in. Nuno Gomes will try and turn, but England haven't cleared it yet. Hargreaves. And of course, if this was being played under the old rules 4 years ago, Portugal would have won the game now with the golden goal, but they haven't. And it's Vassell now, all on his own. Oh, he's been brought down by Cavallo from behind on the edge of the area. The angle is wide and awkward here for David Beckham. But now, with how long to go? 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. Can David Beckham, England's icon, can he do something magical here?
Well, he did deliver the ball for the corner for the equaliser, the second goal for England from Frank Lampard. It was a wonderful ball into the box. Sol Campbell's going up there. John Terry's in the box as well with Michael Owen, Darius Vassell. Lampard's going in there again. Could this be fairy tale stuff here? It's a great opportunity just left of the penalty area, 19 yards out.
This will be possibly the last kick of the game. And of course the momentum is now with England. Portugal thought they'd won the match. And David Beckham takes his time. Will he go all the way here, or will he try and find someone in the area? Beckham's ball is headed away to the far side of the field. John Terry's appealing for the corner kick, and the referee's given it. We've got 25 seconds of this game. We are 25 seconds away from a penalty shootout here in Lisbon. Not again, you say. Here comes David Beckham's corner kick. Gary Neville, I repeat, has never scored a goal for England. He's in the area. In goes the corner kick. Ricardo gets one hand to the ball. Lampard will chase. Urs Meyer's looked at his watch. We've got 3 seconds to go. And Urs Meyer blows for the final time. And England, who experienced penalties in the World Cup semi-final of 1990, the European Championships twice in 96, and lastly in the World Cup of 98, their future in this tournament once again rests with a penalty shootout. And the good news is I'm describing the Portuguese penalty.
Well, it's all in Mike's mind, you know. He just thinks he's totally jinxed with penalty kicks. And he's not really putting much pressure on me to get us through. I think England will take the first penalty, and I think it will be David Beckham who will take the penalty. Ricardo is certainly making his way to the end, to our left, behind which there's a mass of Portuguese fans. And Beckham is just on the edge of the centre circle at the moment. Urs Meyer making his way towards the penalty. It always takes an age for these things to happen, but it will be Beckham first. We do remember how he scuffed it in Istanbul. But put that out of your mind, David. Beckham, the England skipper, is going to take the first penalty kick, and Ricardo is trying to psych him out of this. He hasn't retreated to his goal line yet. He's now glaring at Beckham. Do me a favour, referee, do your job. Get Ricardo onto the line. Beckham's not looking at him. Beckham places the ball on the spot. Beckham to put England in front in the penalty shootout. Ricardo on his line. Here comes Beckham. Oh, it's awful. It's over the crossbar. It's simply awful.
I think David Beckham looked at the pitch there. I'm not too sure. It definitely wasn't a slip as there was. And yes, there was a definite movement there. His left foot went down alongside the ball. It was too close to the ball. And his right foot then slipped as he struck the ball, and it went miles over the crossbar.
Which is exactly what we were saying before the game. But now Deco, European Champions League winner with Porto, after David Beckham's miss, it was a touch of the Roberto Baggio's. Deco can give Portugal the psychological advantage when he can get a ball, that is. But David Beckham having missed, another David now can redeem all that and send us back to 0-0 once more. Deco, with all the Portuguese fans behind David James' goal, trying to steady himself. The one player you would thought was guaranteed to score for England was David Beckham. He has failed. Now what can Deco do? He's going to run at this ball from about 10 yards. David James is there, and Deco sends him the wrong way, and Portugal are one in front.
A simple penalty, really, just on the run-up. David James thought he was going to go to his right. It was right-footed. David James went to the right. The ball went to the left in the back of the net. A simple penalty. No, didn't blast it. Just passed it into the net. 1-0 Portugal.
Michael Owen is next. Now, Owen has a pretty indifferent record, to put it mildly, for Liverpool from the penalty spot. He has to get this one, really. This to put a little bit of pressure on the Portuguese. And Michael Owen, like Johnny Wilkinson, is sort of tramping down the area around the penalty spot. Ricardo in advance of his line. Now he retreats. Owen stares at the goal, looks at the referee, has to score, Michael, and he does score right in the centre of the goal as Ricardo went to the left. It's 1-1, but remember, Portugal still have a spot kick in reserve.
Yeah, I think that penalty spot is quite loose, isn't it? It's not particularly very heavy or a very secure penalty spot, but that was right down the middle, kept low for Michael Owen. Ricardo went to his left, no doubt about it, in the back of the net. 1-1, Portugal still have the advantage.
And this is Simão, who made such a big difference when he came on as a substitute. He replaces the divot. It's going to get increasingly hard to take these penalties. Simão, of course, playing in his home stadium, the Benfica player. If David James can save or Simão misses, then it's all square again. Simão for Portugal, and scores. A little shuffle. getting James to commit himself and then putting it in the corner, and Portugal lead on penalties 2-1.
Well, for the first time ever, a Portuguese team is in a penalty shootout, but you would think that they've mastered them, or many before that, because they're very cool. Cool penalty from Deco, cool penalty from Simao, went up, little stutter, David James went to his left, the ball flew to his right, no doubt about it, 2-1 Portugal.
So it's now Frank Lampard of Chelsea in England. Lampard, like Michael Owen before him, tries to trample down in his penalty spot. The Portuguese have all their arms linked. England just staring on, hoping. Lampard to bring it level again, and Lampard drills it like Owen into the centre of the goal. It's back to 2-2, but once more Portugal have a spot kick in reserve.
Yeah, no doubt about the penalty. Frank Lampard came up, smashed it right down the middle of the ball, about a foot off the ground. Good power. Ricardo went to his left, couldn't quite stick out his right boot to knock it away.
Well, they've got some very gifted technicians for Portugal, and this is one of their real stars, Rui Costa, man who changed the game here this evening, coming on to score what Portugal at the time thought was a silver goal. But now can David James make a save? And if he does, it's back to equality again. Rui Costa against... Oh! Over the bar! David James doesn't have to make the save. He makes a signal to Rui Costa, and it's 2-2, and both sides have 2 penalties left.
Well, the hero becomes the villain. Rui Costa got the second goal for Portugal, whoever he thought was the match winner. England equalised through Lampard. He came up with a penalty. David James went to his left, the ball went to his right, but miles over the crossbar.
John Terry is next up for England. Now, don't even look, John, at Ricardo. Where's the ball, by the way? Get the ball back from the crowd, behind Ricardo's goal. Terry has it now. Just focus. Where are those blinkers? Decide what you want to do, and do it. Ricardo knows he no longer has the advantage. Each side have missed one penalty. This to put England, at least for the moment, in front. Short run up for Terry, and Terry hits it into the net. Carefully into the net, and England lead 3-2.
Well, no doubt about that. That was a very confident penalty from John Terry. Went back about 3 steps, just strode up and smashed it down the middle, high. Never going to go over the crossbar. Went about 6 feet high in the back of the net. Ricardo went right. Advantage England 3-2.
For the first time, England in front in the penalty shootout, and John Terry, following instructions, went for the placement. Cristiano Ronaldo now bounces on the spot to try and flatten all the divots. It's Manchester United here against Manchester City. Ronaldo must score for Portugal, otherwise they're under great pressure, and he does. And again, he shapes to take it, pulls out of it, knocks it in second time past James. It's 3-3, and now England must put this one away.
Yeah, good penalty. Just went up to a 2 or 3 pace run up, stopped just before the ball. Saw David James put his weight onto both feet, couldn't get to the ball, high to his right hand side. 3-3.
Owen Hargreaves will take the 5th penalty for England. The sides level at the moment. They've each got to take a minimum of 5, remember, and this is Hargreaves taking England's 5th. It is really shocking, you know, that this is the venue for the final and the penalty spot isn't flat. Hargreaves making absolutely sure. Ricardo is actually back in his net at the moment. Hargreaves replaces the ball once more. Now he looks at the Portuguese goalkeeper. Gamesmanship from Ricardo. He's out, pointing that he thinks that the ball's not on the spot. This is merely to put off Hargreaves. Erskmeyer is happy. Hargreaves has waited. Concentrate. And it's into the net. Well done, Owen Hargreaves. Ricardo didn't even move. Beautifully placed to the left of the Portuguese goalkeeper. And England lead 5-4.
Well, no doubt about that. Great penalty. Ricardo didn't even dive. Stood rooted to the spot. Left hand, power, pace, everything else. Advantage England 4-3.
This is pressure. This is Manish. And he has to score, or England will be in the semi-final of Euro 2004. In Euro 96 at Wembley in the quarter-final, it was Nadal of Spain who missed. The England fans can do no more but sing their hearts out away to our right. Manish against David James. Everything hinges on this kick. Here goes Manish and scores, and it's 4-4.
What a wonderful penalty. The pressure was really on there. If he missed, Portugal were out, but David James went to his left. It was a lovely strong right foot shot to the right hand side of David James, to Manisha's left in the back of the net. Perfect penalty, 4-4.
6:06 interactive will follow at about 2:30 in the morning. The penalty kicks continue. Ashley Cole, well, he finished the game limping, but he's obviously got the heart, and he will take this penalty kick. This to make it 5-4 to England after 6 England penalties. Once more the familiar routine, stamping down in that penalty spot. He's going to hit it left-footed. Cole hasn't looked at Ricardo. He looks at the referee. Here he comes, and Cole scores for England. Ricardo went left, the ball went to his right, and Cole celebrates. England are in front.
Well, a wonderful penalty from Ashley Cole, left-footed. He just throwed up 4 or 5 paces back. Ricardo went to his left, and he placed it to his right.
Is this Postiga?
Yep.
Helder Postiga of Tottenham has scored 1 goal in this quarter-final. Will the postman ring twice here? He's got 1 goal, Posty. If he puts this one wide, if James makes the save, then England are in the semi-final. This is excruciating. The England players link arms on the centre circle. It's Postiga against James. Postiga must score. Here he goes, and he sends James the wrong way with a little dink. That was cool as a cucumber, and it's 5-all.
What a bit of bottle that was. That was an unbelievable. That was like a freak penalty. Don't know if what the referee's saying. Yeah, he's probably congratulating. It's an unbelievable penalty. Just dinked it. David James went right, and the ball hardly crossed the line.
It was like Panenka.
Yeah.
Panenka for Czechoslovakia when the Czechs beat the Germans in the 1976 final. Gerard Vassell of Aston Villa. I'm sure he hoped it didn't reach this stage. This is England's 7th penalty. The score's level at the moment, 5-5. Eusebio is screaming encouragement to Ricardo, the goalkeeper. Vassell about to hit it right-footed. Here he comes. Gerard Vassell shoots, and it's saved. Ricardo just diving low to his left, pushed it behind. It really was too close to the goalkeeper, and he didn't need to make that great a save. Vassell has missed.
Yeah, it was a comfortable save to his left, low to his left-hand side. It wasn't in the corner. Poor Gerard Vassell. When he came up, he struck it pretty hard, but Ricardo guessed right and just put it round the post.
And so the pendulum swings once more in the penalty shootout. And the goalkeeper is going to take Nuno Valente, I thought, was going to take the penalty, but Ricardo himself, the Portuguese goalkeeper, can send the hosts into the semi-final of Euro 2004 and send England out, and he scores, Ricardo, and for the 4th time in 5 penalty shootouts, England miss out. They had opportunities there to put the game beyond reach, but Portugal responded. And what can you say? Ricardo is submerged underneath Portuguese bodies away to the left. David James angrily kicks the ball away. The England players go into a huddle of consolation inside the centre circle. They could have done no more. But Ricardo, the goalkeeper from Portugal, has beaten James, the goalkeeper of England. England are out, and Portugal move on.